the things, you were able to uh, deal with the misbehaving pups. However, now you have a little bit of a conundrum. You were told to come here to get the pup that is supposedly of perfect pedigree, and you saw there was a matriarch and a patriarch in here, but also there are 6 pups. So, what to do now?
You assume you're good at this nature thing, right?
I expected you to say that. All right. Let's see how that goes. If not, I have a plan B that might just work. Okay, so let's
Althea
check.
will assist. I've got good nature.
All the help the better. So first things
Nature.
first, gotta speak with spirits. That's surplus 6. I'm channeling the spirits of lightning and thunder to tell me which one of them possesses the most power, which would be equivalent to the best pedigree, hopefully. So nature check. Oh, for the love of! I think Althea already beat me. Oh, whoa, it's 19.
So, looking at them from a perspective of which one's the strongest or kind of has the shiniest code or something like that, trying to decipher. Could you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Trying to decipher through kind of normal natural means, hey, which one looks the best? You don't really get a clear answer. Each of the pups looks to be roughly about the same size and roughly about the same age. Some of them have minor injuries and things on them. Each of them has a couple of marks on them that look like they're sigils or wards. And each of the pups also has what looks to be writing that has been etched into their scales on their back. But they look all roughly the same.
What did the writing say? Or can I understand the language?
I don't know your languages, so I don't know if you can understand it, but I'm 100% sure Kenner can understand it.
Easy answer.
So the list on the back looks like a list of names.
Oh, so they're named. Lovely.
It's names. They seem to be written in Elven. There is some extra wording in between the lists of names, but mostly it looks like commentary. Basically, they have written on their scales in Elven a list of their ancestry.
That's gonna be a pain.
Anybody
Do their
know
parents have any kind of names?
So you can look onto the corpses of the 2 parents, or the matriarch and the patriarch, and both the matriarch and patriarch have the same thing on their back, a list of names and basically a long form kind of pedigree on their back.
Well, time for plan B. Ishtar, come closer, dear. I want you to feed them. See which one's the hungriest.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. So, well, can't we? Maybe we can extrapolate which ones are their kids by the names on the back.
Yeah, but I thought about that, but that'll leave us with the same problem. We don't know which one's the best.
Well, if
Are there any ones by the names on the back? Are there any ones that are different?
So on the 6 pups, each of them have slightly different pedigree. Like each of them has slightly different things. A couple of the words are kind of mixed and changed. If you want to make some sort of heads or tails of it, it's just a giant list of each one of them has about 50 names inscribed on their back.
Can I make a history check to see if
yeah.
I recognize any of the names?
Sure.
Just, you know.
I'm gonna try to do the same.
Actually important ones.
I don't think I need to anymore.
Yeah, that's only hard.
So looking at the list of the names, you can see that most of the names are things that are a little bit hard to understand. Like they're pretty clearly draconic names, and draconic names tend to be fairly long and have some sort of extra meaning, and they tend to add as the creature grows older. So, you know, the really, really super long dragon names mean that the dragon is likely pretty old and has added a bunch of kind of suffixes and prefixes to its name. Looking through the different creatures' backs, you can see that each of them have the names of some draconic things where they talk about like the great or the powerful or things like that. Some of them also have things like the one of them has a thing talking about being a master deceiver. One of them has a thing that talks about being the primal champion. Basically, each of them have, as parts of the names, as you look back, descriptions of deeds or descriptions of things that some things were known for, like some of the heroes were known for. And you'll recognize a couple of them have more have longer draconic names on the back. So you started off with 6, and you can see that. Get my mouse to work. Apparently, Roll20 is just broken. Cool. I'm gonna have to reload.
Lovely.
Okay, it's not Roll20 that's broken.
Gary?
It's Chrome. Chrome is completely crashed. It's frozen. Go ahead and ask a question.
So would I, as someone who used to, serve, basically work with the lightning primordials and work with creatures like this and probably train them and saw when they were at the height of the power and these ancestors, would that knowledge have any help in this situation?
It could.
And say, would it be relevant for me to make an additional history check or anything like that?
It would not be a history check for that instance. That would be an Arcana check.
Okay.
Because it's knowledge of the planes.
All right. I will do the Ghost of the Past thing, whatever it's called, with it.
I can't see because I'm not in game yet. I'm still trying to reload. So.
Medium DC.
And as soon as I reload, it immediately breaks again.
Oh, yeah. I'm also dazed.
Okay, cool. It unbroke. Going through, you can see that a couple of the names reference primordial things, but it's kind of a degree of separation, right? So, like, it's not, none of, like, the primordials or their high servants are talked about specifically in the list of names, but they have some things that seem like they are associated with primordial energies or primordial things. But you're not really sure exactly which one's which or what the names mean. So you've narrowed down the 6 to a list of 3.
All right.
So these are the 3 with very impressive sires that have done great deeds somewhere in the past. And you see that all 3 of the ones that are still remaining have some sort of things that look like they're referencing specifically primordials. The creatures, not the language.
So how do we narrow it from here?
Okay, this is gonna be a Fruit Loop, but let's try this. So, can I do a heal check to kind of determine which one has the, shall we say, comparing their features to see who has the better features?
Didn't we already nature that, basically?
Yeah, but I want to do it physically. Like, I try to sense their aura and everything. Now I'm just gonna go around them and inspect every inch.
Okay. You can try to do that. See if it helps.
Well, now.
So close.
One of the 2, all of them are injured because you had to beat them, knock them unconscious / make them completely subdued before they would stop attacking you. One of the 3 looks like one of its legs is a bit deformed, And as you're kind of looking along, the deformity doesn't look like it's injured, and it came in wrong. Or sorry, it doesn't look like it was injured and then healed poorly. It looks like the leg was stunted and never worked properly. So that's probably not the perfect pedigree one. You've narrowed it down to 2.
Well, I'm out of ideas. Anybody else got something?
Can I use streetwise to figure out how much they'd be worth on the black market and estimate from there?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a good thing. It's definitely a good idea, but you're probably thinking that they're all going to be worth about the same amount of money unless you knew what their pedigree was. So if you knew what their pedigree was, you might be able to get more information, but without it, it's a little bit hard to figure out.
Can I like go up to them and sort of test their electrical potency, like to see which one has, like if one has more energy than the other, or something like that?
Sure. Do you want to like zap them while they're unconscious and see what happens?
So Althea would like to do something similar. Althea would like to, using her knowledge of nature and her knowledge of athletics, and kind of look over and see which one is going to be a better athlete, and figuring the one that's going to be a better athlete would be stronger of the 2.
Okay. So
maybe-
Ishtar endurance
between
and
the 2 of
Althea
us.
is athletics. It looks like.
Athletics? I can do athletics, sure.
Yeah, say I more wanted to like draw their energy and test each of them.
Oh, I rolled a 3, but that's still moderate.
So yeah, Ishtar, go ahead and make your check.
Also more.
So unfortunately, you get that. Mute, please. Unfortunately, you get that one of them seems pretty much stronger than the other one. However, the one that's weaker physically seems to be much more magically potent. So the 2 that you have left, one of them looks like it's got better lightning, better magic, and the other one looks like it's just a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger.
I mean,
I
these
think
are-
I know which one of
Magic
those things
and
Bedware would consider the better pedigree. I mean, he's all about strength and stuff, so he'd want the stronger physically one, right?
Yeah,
you-
but also, go ahead.
No, seriously, none of you truly understand. What we need is a test of will. We wake them up and we scare the shit out of them. The one who is not scared is the best one.
Although that idea is a great one, that means we need to knock them out again, and that might cause some damage.
I'll knock them out.
Should be minor to knock them out again. All right.
You've narrowed it down to 2 remaining pups. One is physically stronger, the other one is magically stronger. And so I haven't heard a lot from Kenner. Kenner, do you have any ideas?
I mean, I already went with the history, and I don't really think I can think of anything else at this moment.
Gotcha. Uber here.
Still think that waking them and scaring them, and the one that has the better will, is the best one, by far. Natural talent is useless if you do not have willpower.
Can't we just take them both
I
to be
think
done
your
with
worst
this?
defense will is here.
Shut up. Or I'm smack your face.
Yeah, you know what? I think I could think of something. If I could, check each of them and try to, poke their minds and see which one is in a better psychological state.
Okay.
Yes, I can tell you this. Those are both the sleep position points to them.
I'm not exactly sure which check would that be a default way to Arcana.
It would be insight.
Insight. Okay, why not? Let's see how that goes. That's easy.
One of them, as you're kind of trying to poke around, kind of figure out, kind of using your magic sort of prod their minds, one of them seems to have a mind that is completely blank to your perception. The other one has a mind that seems kind of normal, and one of them just is blank when you try to read it. Like you're trying to read a rock.
Okay, is it the same one that is more potent magically?
Yes.
So it's either blocking me or...
Retarded.
Or blocking you or brain dead.
Retarded. I mean, these guys are naturally magic. He can be a sorcerer with like 2 int, right?
Yeah.
He just goes. Well, sorry, that was a bit in poor taste. I take that back.
So yeah, you can't read one of them, and the other one.
Is there anything stopping us from just taking both of them out? I mean, Kinner can cast Tense's magical cat carrier, and we can bring them out in that. And...
Yeah, because this is getting to the point where we need an expert.
Cat carrier.
So yeah, you guys can take both of them. That's perfectly fine.
Perfect. If whoever the giant doesn't want, I'll take the other.
That said,
I'll fight you for it.
Does this bridge keep on going? Because there might be a 7th Behir pup sitting around that is, shining radiant gold and looks clearly better than all the others.
That bridge does
Shiny
continue
Behir?
going, yes.
So, since they're unconscious and more or less helpless before our might, we can check out the rest of the place and see if there are any more pups.
If we're gonna do that, then can I throw an Arcana check, see if I can detect life around here? Besides the 2 pups?
Unless you have something to scout the area. No, not really. So you head across the archway. On the other side of the arch, you notice that there is a lot of there are a lot more. There are a lot of larger-sized cages spread throughout this area. Each one of the cages is as large as the nest that you saw in the previous area. These cages look like they are in varying different degrees of warded against different elements and different things that are situated around them. Each of these cages, rather than being like the other cages, which seem to be 6 copies of the same basic design, seems completely unique in its own right. You can see that each of the cages is either damaged or destroyed, and whatever was inside is no longer around. You can, however, notice that some of the cages that are damaged or destroyed show signs of very unique damage to them. You can see also in the far corner of this room a you see what looks to be a small demon that, or a small demon statue. So you go in, you see a bunch of broken cages, no creatures, and you see a demon statue in the corner.
History check on the demon statue. Maybe I recognize it, or would it be religion?
If you're doing a monster knowledge check for the demonic statue, then that would be, I think it's Arcana for demons. I never remember.
So Arcana then?
Demons. Actually, it's religion. That makes way more sense than I was thinking. It's a religion check.
Immortal is religion, yeah.
Of course.
It appears to be some form of demon. It's about 5 feet tall. Kenner, yes, it is a demon.
I'll try as well. It's my worst trained skill, but I'll give it a shot.
Once you beat us.
Maybe Roll20 will freeze and I won't be able to do anything, so carry on without me for now.
That's the best reaction to rolling checks.
Is it possible to check from this distance if the statue is actually a statue, or is it something more?
You could do an insight check or a perception check to kind of get more details about the area, or you can go up and kind of poke it and see what it does. Yeah, Gabriella is a demon of some kind.
So, who wants to poke it?
Something above a 10 would be nice.
It's a demon. I'm trying to get you guys a description. He has the statue seems to be holding a spear. It has small wings that look like it's a little bit too small to actually be to fly with. So kind of like vestigial wings. And it kind of looks like what you'd expect sort of a stereotypical demon to look like. The skin looks like if the statue skin looks like it might have been leather. And yeah, he's got 2 small horns.
Oh, Sirion, I heard the demons are quite a challenge. Maybe you should poke it.
I heard that you are quite not trustworthy. I'll poke it.
So you go, you poke it. It seems to be a statue. Doesn't react to you poking it.
It's a statue. I move away.
This area doesn't seem like it has any exits other than what the thing you just came in on. So,
Well, looks like we're carrying both of the little pups back up.
all right. So unless you guys have other things you want to try to do in the bestiary, sounds like you guys are going to be heading back out.
Yup. Let's try and find that butcher's knife.
Wouldn't it just be better to face the damn centaurs and be done with it?
I agree.
I like people owing me favors. They help in the future.
So you guys definitely have
I mean,
the
it
choice.
was super easy to find this place. Why? It shouldn't be that hard to find the kitchen, right?
It shouldn't be that hard to find the kitchen, said starving man number 3. You say that, but I'm still eating tuna.
Already in here, I may as well do it. Besides, aren't there like consequences for breaking our deal with the Fae?
Well,
It's not exactly a deal.
No,
it's not
we
a
did
deal.
do a deal. We said we would keep our options open.
Oh, I'm used to you
I
vaguely agree to something with the Fae and they
Yeah.
I think
immediately
that
lock you
the
in.
consequences that they meant was that, you know,
They're
punches.
probably going to attack
The
you.
other
Yeah.
things that come with punches.
That's fine then.
The big thing is that you did not make a deal with the Fae, did not make a contract or a bargain. Basically, you had a informal agreement that you said you guys would go after it, and he said if you went after it to the best of your ability, then you'd be okay. Or if you brought it back as well, you'd be okay. And then if you did not go after it and you came out without the cleaver, then there was going to be problems.
I didn't even know Fae could do informal agreements.
Depends,
I've still
depends on the
probably
rank and why
hoped to
they're
get
doing it. So, sounds like you guys are leaving, and looks like we've got several votes for going for the cleaver. So, you guys go back into the halls. I really should have had a splash screen for the hallways, but bad at life, so I didn't. Let me go ahead and I'm trying to remember whose door this was. This is Ishtar's door, right?
Yes, this was my door.
Yeah, this is Isha Shore.
And I think, if I remember correctly, Isdom has not gotten to pick a door yet.
No, I did. I tried to find the kitchen after Keener told me that with magic you could kind of coerce it to show you what you want. I think the only one that hasn't chosen a door is Gabriella.
Sorry,
I definitely haven't chosen one.
Can you describe again what the interior itself looks like on the corridors?
So when you go into the corridors, it looks like a sort of like the wooden interior to like a palace or or more accurate, like a fort. The walls, the floors, the ceiling are all fairly plain. It's a little bit larger than you guys, but not incredibly larger than you all. So it looks like it's made for someone who's maybe 10 or 12 feet tall. And they're very plain corridors that look kind of like they're intentionally bland.
So I guess I will go up to a door, and since this seems like a kind of intelligent magic and house, I'm just gonna ask it nicely to take us to where the cleaver is and open it, and worst case scenario, just get a random one. So trying diplomacy to influence the result.
Okay.
But again, roll
open
20's
sesame.
gonna
Open sesame.
39 is quite good. Let me look at something real quick. I think I'm going to need to give you to give me a D2. Yep.
Has everyone but me rolled once on the
Yep.
dice for that?
We're doing well.
So you open up a door. Like when you put your hand on the door, you open up. You see on the outside, just for a moment, a glimmering image of an anvil. And then as soon as you open up, you see that you're standing at the top of a multi-leveled room that is constructed entirely from metal and lit by flames from 2 furnaces on either end of the room. In the main area, the ceiling is over 60 feet tall, and there are 2 elevated areas that stand a bit far apart from the floor. There is an incredibly oppressive heat that fills this room. At each furnace, you see 2 fiery beings that dance in and out of the flames, pulling weapons and armor out of a great forge. You see in the center of the room is a enormous fire giant sitting in front of a table that is also made completely of metal that seems to be watching the work of the other creatures pulling things into and out of the fires. As soon as the door is open, you see everything in the room kind of turn and look up at you, and then you hear a booming voice come from the center of the room saying, "Intruders in the mansion? What is this?" And then the metal table screeches as the giant looks like it's starting to stand.
Close the door, please.
Somebody shut the door.
Hello, I didn't mean to intrude as such. We were just looking for something.
So I don't want to negate your turn. I don't want to pull agency away from you. But when you guys open a room, every single room, I need to know: are you guys staying to investigate and interact with stuff in the room, or are you guys going to close the door and go to the next room? Especially since someone voiced wanting to do the other thing. I need to know: is it stay? Sorry. Okay, so
Yay, we're dying.
So
Nice.
obviously this does not happen in real time, but take a minute, guys, and talk about whether you want to investigate this room and maybe talk to the giant, or whether you want to close the door and keep moving.
Well, it's not attacking us yet, so I think why not talk and stay next to the door so we can run away if we need to.
It's not the. I assume it's not the kitchen. I don't see any cooking stuff, right?
That's true, but maybe you'll be a guide or something.
Yeah.
It's not our destination, so I say close the door.
I don't want to get killed.
Well, we
But
can.
Impossible.
Kenner says we're staying.
Yeah, we can stay and talk to them, not going inside the door for now.
Let's keep our options open, I guess.
Okay, so it looks like only one person changed their vote, and that was Kenner changing from 2 to 1. Is anyone else changing their vote?
I should change from 1 to 2 just to be funny, but nah.
It looks like we're talking to it.
So the giant, scoots back the table. When he stands up straight, he's a little over 30 feet tall, and his head is pretty much level with the top part that the balcony that the door opens up into. So, Gabriella, please remind me. You had said, "Hey, we're looking for something."
Yeah.
Could you say what you said again? I'm sorry.
Yes. Then I said that yes, we didn't mean to intrude. We were looking for something.
So he says, "What are you looking for? Are you? You look like adventurers. Good. He seems to nod as if he's kind of answered a question.
Yes, that we are. We've come for some kind of a cleaver.
If you need to cleave something, I think something could be arranged." He looks over and kind of gestures towards the furnaces and says, "My Archons make some of the best weapons around. If you need to cleave into anything, I'm sure we could get you something nice for a price."
Oh, sorry. I'm afraid there was a specific one we were sent in here for. It was had a strange look to it. I couldn't quite work out what it was. Do you have some sort of a special magical cleaver somewhere in here?
So he, magical cleaver. I have many things that are magical and many things that cleave. I'm not sure I have a magical cleaver itself, though.
Well, I'm sorry to bother you. It must be in a different room.
I wish you luck.
Wait a minute. You're speaking about good weapons for a deal?
Yes, of course.
Pick.
So he gestures down and says, "We make all sorts of weapons and armor for adventurers who wish to test their mights within the hut, and also for any who are willing to pay some of the price."
Colored me interested.
So he smiles broadly and says, "Well, unfortunately, we are not ones that deal in favors and that sort of thing. But what we do deal in is something simple, something plain, like me, currency." He reaches into one of the little drawers on the table and pulls out a huge handful of gold pieces that seem to be intermixed with platinum pieces and places it on the table. Yes, hard currency here.
Well, that I like. I was tired of people dealing with favors and souls. Creepy stuff, all of that.
Yes, the normal fare for here.
So, show me what you got. I use implements like this one, and I show him my double sword.
So, if you guys want for the giant to craft you something, the giant will craft you something. I'll kind of explain some of the rule stuff of crafting at the end because of the way this is sort of set up. But you can sort of retroactively say whether you're going to have something crafted by him or not. Each of the weapons that he makes are going to follow the same rules as the crafting thread would make. He's going to give you guys a discount on it, where he's going to craft it. And then each weapon that he creates, or each suit of armor that he creates, will have an additional rider to it. Will have an additional little thing that it does in addition to whatever the effect is of the magic item. So does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
So I will do that at the end of the mission. But if this is something you want to do, then you can get you can put in a request for him to make you something.
Would this thing later be like upgradable in the crafting thread?
So effectively, how this is going to work is, if you want to quote unquote craft something with the giant, the story award that you'll get from this will allow you to set out a session that you would that you would normally be able to get that you would be able to craft for, and so you'll go to quote unquote crafting, but you're going to go. The character goes to the giant and get something crafted by the giant. You can't upgrade it after you use the story award. It's just as it is. But you could have him upgrade something else.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, if you change the item in any way, it loses the extra property. I think that was the question you're asking. I'm sorry.
I'll save it to buy the +5 version then when I can afford it, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
So the real question is: so it sounds like people are interested enough that someone would take him up on this offer, and then if that is the case, then he is going to be a little bit more friendly. He will sit and he will talk in detail about exactly how you want your weapon or your armor that he's going to craft for you to look, and he seems to be pretty amiable. He says, I'm trying to find his name. I'm sorry. Oh, Godrim is his name. Gorgim, sorry. Gorgim is his name. So unless someone stops him, he's gonna talk shop for as long as you allow him to talk shop. Like, he will happily sit here and talk to you about crafting weapons and armor forever. So assuming that you guys do something like that, then what's the next step?
I guess, yes, politely excuse ourselves and leave around another door.
I say, I want to talk to this guy, because if he's a master of... Is he familiar with forging of, like, non-weapon and armor stuff? Like, just crafting in general?
I mostly pay attention to the implements of war. I could make something else, but not sure it would end up being up to my standards.
Alright.
Effectively, no.
Okay. Because I'm still trying to make my elemental nonsense on the side. Okay. Yeah, we can go then.
I have one thing. Gordrim, are you a servant here, or what is your position in this house?
I work with the Lady Baba. She gives me things, allows me to have proper servants, and make good quality equipment for any adventurers that choose to play the great game. It's an interesting thing, and it pays quite well.
Because unfortunately I've heard from the Summerfay that are outside the hut that the Lady Baba is gone, and I'm not sure what that entails for you.
So he laughs uproariously at the idea that she is gone and says, no. The ones of summer would know better than to say that the Lady Baba Yaga is gone. He laughs at that, and then will further reiterate to say, maybe you misunderstood them. They would know better than this.
Alright.
He does not seem to believe that she's gone even a little bit.
Okay, I just didn't want to tell him that we killed her, so... but do you know the way to the exit, to the kitchen?
The way to the kitchen is the way to every place, opening a proper door. Who is your guide?
Our guides. I think our guide got lost.
Losing your guide in the realms of the Fae is a very treacherous thing.
Yes, I guess even guides tend to get lost sometimes. But we seem to carry on for now.
He kind of nods and says, Indeed. Are you looking for a new guide?
Well, if the guide will get us to the kitchen, then why not? Sure.
So he looks around for a second and says, the guide that I would use is not in this room, but give me a moment. He turns around, he sits down rather than in his giant chair on the floor, and then he pokes what looks to be a small door, like a normal person-sized door, that's down on the bottom floor. He pokes it. He grumbles a couple words in Giant, and then he pushes the door open. And he seems to have a conversation with someone on the other side of that door. You can recognize that the conversation is in Supernal. And then he kind of sits back, and you see a knight walk through the door. You can't see any part of his, he doesn't have any part of his body exposed, but he's wearing brilliant, bright red armor with darker red accents. And as he moves, the flickering firelight almost looks like his armor is bleeding as he's walking. So he ascends the staircase and goes to stand in front of you. He's got a kite shield on his back, and he has a heavy black blade that's in a sheath that's almost completely translucent on one hip. He says, "Godrim says you are looking for a guide through the hut." His voice is very weird sounding, kind of like it's echoing back and forth inside of his helmet.
Well, yes.
I am the Knight of Nazor-Gun. I will happily guide you should you need to get somewhere in particular. My prices are reasonable, of course.
Now people price for a guide? Man. I thought it says, social service.
If someone wants to give me a religion check for that name might pop out for some people.
Oh, yeah, it does for me. Might even for my character. Who knows? Oh, well.
So, do you know who it is, Ashley? Because that religion check, Kenner will know.
Vaguely remember the name, but not many details.
Yeah. So, Nazor-Gun is one of the guys that was originally in charge of the demonic layers. He is a currently deceased demon overlord. Basically, power-wise and sort of station-wise, he's right along the lines with all of the archdevils and the court of Baator, just for demons.
Well, that's pleasant.
So with that information and with that check, Kenner, this guy is probably a Hell Knight.
Better than Faye.
So, what's your price actually?
He says, "I dabble in favors, great and small, and where you are going will determine exactly what you would need to pay to get there."
Okay, we were
further down the favor train.
We were trying to get to the kitchen, but maybe there are other places you would think are suitable for us.
He says, "I know many different places all throughout the hut. I've been in almost every room here, which is no small feat. But if you are simply looking for the kitchens, I would recommend going to another place. The kitchens are messy." You could tell he was cycling through like 6 or 7 different things before he decided on messy.
Bloody is my suspicion. Well, I would ask him for, detailing what rooms are on the hut, but I think that would take a bit.
Wait, why are we looking for other places to go instead of the kitchen?
We are in a magical hut full of magical wonders. Don't you want to know what is in here?
Then how about
Not
we magically
really?
get the butcher's knife and magically get ourselves out of here before we find something else we don't want to find?
So he will say, if you are set on going to the kitchens, I am not going to accompany you inside, but I will open the door for you. If that is all you want, I just need a few words from you, spoken every now and again, invoking a proper name. My lord wishes to return, and knowledge of his existence needs to be in the world for that to happen.
I think that's fair.
Your lord?
I can spread the word of your master's existence.
Then it would be a bargain.
The question, out of character, is this binding Kinner or is it binding all of us?
Neither. He's pretty clearly not a Fae, but he's doing this as an agreement, and he's not really stipulated on like exactly what's going to happen here. But if Kenner does agree to it, then there is going to be a story award associated with it, which will make it binding to Kenner.
I mean, I'm a servant of Ion. I'm supposed to spread knowledge, so I think that's all the better for me.
Yeah.
Is Ion also the god of twisted logic?
So the Hell Knight Story Award, if you choose to spread the word of Narzogon, he will take you to the kitchens. Not be clear, not good word or bad word. Like he doesn't care. He doesn't care what information, other than just the demon exists.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so he nods his head and says, "We will be on our way shortly then, if you would not mind." He opens the door to allow you guys to head back into the hallway. Does anyone have anything else? If you guys would, please type 1 in chat. That will say that you are done. You don't have anything else you want to do in this room, so you can move to the next area. Okay, so he goes back outside. The door shuts. He focuses on the door, and you can see him he places his hand near the handle. He concentrates. He thinks for a second. His hand gets a little bit closer to the door, and you see things like images start to fly up on the door. He pulls his hand back, goes a little further, pulls his hand back, and then on the third, going to touch the door, he grabs hold of the handle, and you see the outside of the door shows a bubbling cauldron. He goes, yes, the kitchens. And he opens the door. Why is Roll20 constantly breaking? Kenner, watching him do what he did, also, I don't know why I can see everything, I just can't interact with anything. So I'm going to close Chrome again, and then I'll reload it. From the way that he did stuff, you could tell that he was kind of narrowing the search. And watching him do it and watching him kind of cycle through things, you get the impression that maybe there's a certain way of thinking about stuff, or maybe keywords or things that kind of narrow it down. So I'm going to close. Wow, I can't even have it in task. Apologies about this. I don't know why Chrome is having so many problems today. Ideally, that's shared with you guys.
Yes.
Aw, I'm missing some of my pictures. What the deuce? Well, okay. I guess we're only gonna have one picture for this then, and I'll just do the descriptions for the other stuff.
Let's insert a picture of hot soup.
So there should be several other pictures on this page, and there's still the space for them, but the pictures have gone away somehow. Give me just 1 second to see if I can find them, because they should be on my recently uploaded. They're totally not there. All right then. So he opens up the door, allows you guys to go inside. The interior of the witch's kitchen is an incredibly cluttered place. There's just stuff everywhere, stuffed into every nook and cranny. In a similar way to seeing the 2 furnaces that were glowing on either end of the forge room, you see 2 hearths, one on either end, that are glowing bright, each holding a bubbling cauldron. Spread around the room, there is the remains of all kinds of different things, and there's lots of different animals in various stages of being dressed and cleaned or hung up and dried. There are mice and rats that are everywhere. You can see there are many birds, especially crows that are flying around with their little nests off to the sides, up in the rafters. And there is a group of what seem to be goblins who are arguing back and forth, mostly gathered around one of the soup pots on the far end of the room. One of the goblins, who's very broad-shouldered, which is the only picture that for some reason is actually here, seems to be threatening the other goblins with a spoon and yelling at them. At least Kenner speaks Goblin, so he's threatening that if you don't be quiet, I will tell the missus that you were misbehaving. Yes, misbehaving, not deserving even of your name. And he bumps someone with a spoon to emphasize that last. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5. Yes, there are 5 goblins in the kitchen who are all arguing. They seem to not have noticed you guys appear at all.
Could I take a quick perception check to see if I can find that butcher's knife or cleaver?
At a glance around the kitchen, it's not like amazingly obvious. And I am going to put you guys in initiative order again, if you guys wouldn't mind, please, to make sure everyone has a chance to do stuff. Missing, looks like Althea did not have her token properly selected. So, Althea, you're in the kitchen with all kinds of food. There's a group of arguing goblins.
Well, I think Althea will describe the goblins. Are they bigger than normal goblins, or are they just little goblins?
No, they're not bigger than. They look like normal goblins. The one guy is big for a goblin, but it means he's like 5'5".
Right. So I'm going to get really big. You know, I'm 7 foot, whatever, and I'm going to kind of flex a little bit, and I'm going to say, I'm here looking. I need to find a cleaver. Have you seen a cleaver? And diplomacy. So, shitty roll.
So one of the 5 that's arguing kind of pauses in the argument and then looks over your direction. So everyone's looking for something. What of it? The other 4 pause their arguing for just a moment to look over towards the group of people that's walking in the ring. Assyrian, what are you doing?
To be honest, I don't have a clue right now. Mind telling me a little?
Sure,
Or
Kenner.
I haven't thought this yet, so delay.
Isdom.
Then I'm gonna do exactly what I was thinking about. Let's do a perception check around the room, see if I can accurately find that cleaver somewhere.
So looking around the room, you see that there's just a complete mess every place that you look. However, you see on one of the larger tables, kind of tucked away in the back, a handle of something. Gene, Mike. The handle of something is sticking out of what looks to be a sack of grain that was dumped out on top of the table, and you can see the handle of something sticking out of the big stack of grain that's sitting there on the tabletop.
Can I go and take it?
Yeah. So you walk over to go to take it, and then the question becomes: do you have any rank in the winter court?
Do I have what?
Did you use that from the winter court? I don't remember who was who from the beginning. I know I should have. And actually, this would make my life easier. The people who have rank in the winter court, please mark your token with a little frost symbol. I don't know why I didn't do this at the beginning.
Yeah, I did say something about needing winter court to grab it. So. How did it get here? Whatever. So.
And I need to look this back up. All right, so you did not have any rank in the winter court, Isdom?
No, I've been once, but I never got a rank.
All right, so that is 0, which means all right, so bonus is so 41 versus your fortitude.
That easily hits, considering my forage is my weakest stat.
So you touch it, and it immediately sends a wave of searing ice that starts to degrade away your skin up the handle of the thing that's stuck into the table in the pile of grain, up your hand, and corroding away your arm. You immediately withdraw your hand from it.
Necrotic. Would that help me any? No, right?
Unless you have
No,
cold and necrotic, then no.
Let me confirm, because I have a Sigget, and I don't remember if that...
So you touch it, it burns you for some quantity of damage.
Yeah, I take the damage. I can't do anything.
Ishtar, you're up.
Ouch.
I'm gonna say, Kenner, you have the highest rank, right? You should probably get that.
After it burned him? No way.
I said something about winter court. I mean, I don't know what else you expect to touch it.
So you touch it and it burns you. Gene, Mike, for the love of God. You saw Gene touch it and it burned him. And then the goblins, by the way, would react. They would a couple of them would start laughing. One of them looks a little concerned at you, like worried about you. Like the one that's the big one in front of the fire gives you a very concerned look. And then one of them is kind of staring at you very intently. So 3 of them are laughing, one of them looks concerned, and one of them looks maybe pissed off. And I'm sorry that I only have pictures for one of the 5 here, because I should have all 5 of them.
I don't know that I have anything to contribute other than we should have someone from the Winter Court grab it. Like, I don't know. I could yell at goblins to grab it, but that seems not helpful. So, delay, I guess? I don't know.
Gabriella.
Yeah, same as this time. I will let someone else pick it up who can pick it up.
Assyrian.
Kinder, you wanna try, or should I try something first?
I mean, technically, if it's against Fort, I think Althea should do it.
You can do it, Kinder. Yeah, that's me passing to Kinder. Yes, it's me.
So, all right, Kenner, what are you doing?
Okay, are they a part of Winter Court?
So you're gonna
Do they
look and see if they have anything on them that shows they're part of the Winter Court?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you can give me a history. They do have signs that they have rank. They do not, however, have signs that look like things that you're familiar with. So the immediate answer, are they part of the Winter Court? Does not seem to be. The longer answer of, well, then what are they? That's the part that I need to check for.
Okay, history, you said?
Yes.
Alright.
Not quite, but pretty damn close. Also, I'm aware that I clicked the wrong DC. Well, it looks like I clicked the wrong DC for things. So you're not really sure what it is. You can tell, or you're not sure what their rank is, but you know enough to recognize that each of them has 2 bands. So all 5 of them have the primary band that shows a rank in the court, and then have a secondary band that typically means that they are closely associated with something. And the bands look like they are neither summer nor winter.
So wildly, potentially?
Yes.
Would make sense for these guys.
And I do not recognize their position, right?
You don't recognize their rank because the Wild Fae have slightly different ranks.
Okay.
Who here has played Queen's 1? Has anyone played Queen's 1 on this character?
Ishtar.
I think I did.
Oh,
Assyrian
I know
yes.
Assyrian did. Assyrian, you recognize
Yeah.
the symbol on the smaller one. The symbol on the smaller one is Merc's personal emblem.
And the smaller one was the one that was acting like what?
So the big band that they wear is a mark of what court they belong to and what their rank is within the court. The smaller band.
Sorry. I thought you were talking about the small goblin. My bad.
Oh no. Each of the goblins have 2 bands, and one of the bands shows that their lord or whoever they owe fealty to is Merc.
So might as well ask them directly. So how's Merc doing after that?
So a couple of the goblins kind of look a little bit confused for a second, and then one of them that was looking very intently towards the person who touched the cleaver steps forward and says, "Our master and lord Merc is doing excellent, thank you very much. Who are you to wander around in the house?" He kind of stiffens up and kind of pushes out his chest very slightly. Actually, he would call it the hut, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I was one of his hands.
So he kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. Sounds like mortal trickery to me. Lord Merc would not take mortals along on his hunts.
I wasn't part of the hunt, at least not yet. I was hunted, and I basically remove my shirt and show him the scars near my heart.
So when you pull up the shirt, and he's able to see that, to think if there would be a check associated with that, but it's not. There's not really a good catch-all for this. One of the others will say, "Oh, that really looks like it's something important. But do you see those scars? Oh, those are very deep scars. That looks very painful. You should not let people stab you there." And then one of the one that was talking to you says, he didn't let Lord Merc stab him. Clearly he got stabbed, well, close to the heart. But I bet Lord Merc meant to miss if he did not take your heart directly." The one with the spoon in the back goes, "Shut up, Fumbles. They must know Lord Merc in some way, shape, or form. It's pretty clear. But what's important is why they are here, why they are touching the cleaver." The guy who is the goblin that was out in front stomps his foot loudly and says, "I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. My name is not Fumbles. My name is Signor Vorpal Picasso." And he kind of forms himself up, pushes his chest out a little bit.
Oh no.
Okay, so Senor Kikazo, was it? Right. What's the deal with this cleaver?
He turns back and says, "What do you mean? It's just the mistress's cleaver. It cuts things. Yeah, it cuts things really, really well."
Yes, but why were you three giggling? The other one was staring. You know, why were you acting so differently from each other? Normally goblins act as a pact of a horde. You didn't act like it, even though you're in the same company. So there must be something special about it, right?
He kind of looks down a little bit, kicks some of the, he tries to kick one of the rats that's running across the floor. "Well, I mean, with a name like mine, I should have an equivalently amazing weapon, but we can't really touch it because it burns me. But burned him too, so, same thing. But he still has a hand." The people who have insight can tell that he probably tried to touch it at some point, and when it backfired, it worked out very poorly for him. And basically, he was looking like he was mad because it looked like he was able to, survive a little bit, even though that really hurt Isdom. Because it didn't bloody you, did it, Isdom?
Microphone activated.
So, I think Althea's going to go and try and pick it up, since we're not getting anywhere with this.
Okay.
No, it didn't, but goddamn close.
It crits you.
Oh boy.
Althea, you have ranks in the Winter Court, right?
Microphone activated.
Yes, I do.
I mean, I was right, Keener. The 42 didn't matter at all.
I mean, I probably have the highest fortitude. Nah, maybe not. Osirian probably has
Oh,
higher
actually, this does do crit damage. Oh shit! Hang on.
Did somebody bring like a mage hand?
So it does 110 points of damage to you.
Okay, I am bloodied.
Do you hold on to it and continue trying to pick it up after it hits you?
Yeah, do it. Yep.
No, I said don't do it.
Yes, no.
Yes.
So you lift it up and pull it out a little bit. You can tell, one, it's going to continuously hurt you as long as you hold it right now. So it's not going to be as bad as the John, could you mute yourself, please?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's not going to be as bad as the initial touching it. It's just kind of slowly burning away at you. Effectively, you're going to take ongoing damage. It's not quite ongoing damage. You take damage whenever you start your turn. But it seems to be actively trying to writhe and move its way out of your hand. It seems to be carved, rather than being out of any kind of metal, you can now see why there was such a weird distortion when when the centaur was showing you the illusion, it was because of the way it wasn't properly reflecting. Rather than it being a sword that, or a cleaver that looks like it's made out of metal, it actually looks like it's made out of pure black ice.
Quickly, put it on the pot so we can transport it quickly.
Microphone activated.
I mean, I think we should just leave it.
I think we should take it and not give it to the centaurs. And then just kill the centaurs.
So, what weapon do you
Wait.
normally use? Okay, a hammer?
Microphone activated.
Yeah, hammer.
So as you're standing here with it and it's kind of writhing and moving, kind of move away from you, after a moment of trying to move away from you, it slowly starts to blunt. You see the mute, please.
Oh, yeah.
You see the front edge of the cleaver start to get much thicker. The haft gets a little bit longer, and it looks more like a one-handed hammer. It's smaller than your hammer would normally be, but it does now look like a one-handed hammer.
Can I do a knowledge check to see if I ever heard of such weapon device?
Yes, you can.
Or...
You can do an Arcana check to try to see if you identify the magic that is here, or you can try to do a history check to identify the particular weapon.
I think I'm better with Arcana, so I just try that.
I'll throw a history for it.
So your Arcana check will get you that this weapon has multiple different enchantments on it, and the kind of the biggest piece here is that it has more than one full enchantment on it. When you try to examine the weapon, kind of with your detect magic, you get blasted with the fact that it has so much magic compacted in upon it that it looks like something that is has so much magic on it. It looks like a creature, like it is its own thing. AKA, if your character had ever come in contact with a living or an artifact weapon, that's what this thing looks like when you try to detect magic on it. It has the similar properties to a dynamic weapon, and the weapon itself seems to be made of actual black ice, and that, with the combination of the successful history check from Ishtar, would get you that this is a weapon of black ice.
Anna is super jealous right now.
So that is what the weapon does. Also the 41 Arcana will get you that this weapon is pretty clearly cursed.
Maybe the 110 damage was not clear enough about that.
The weapon itself has a curse on it.
Oh, so it's even worse than that, okay.
Let me see, hang on.
Can we see details, like if we can just like put it in a bag or something and be less terrified of it?
So actually, the 41 Arcana does actually hit hard DC of the item's level. So you're able to recognize what the curse does. The curse attacks anyone who attempts to wield it if they're not a ranking noble in the Winter Court, and then it hurts them based on their rank if they are a member of the Winter Court. So in order to it's a D10 damage for each rank below. Oh, it does a D10 damage, and it does 1 D10 less damage for each rank you have within the Winter Court.
Okay.
So what's the deal with the ongoing?
So the other part of the curse is whenever you begin your turn, the property affects you. So the property of the Sword of Black
2d8
Ice,
poison.
you take 2d8 poison when you start your turn.
Can he well, it's like, would sheathing it or whatever stop this? Like, can you carry it around safely? Do we know that?
You can try to and see what happens.
That seems dangerous. I was just questioning if we could figure that out with our Arcana.
So Althea, you're holding the weapon right now, and you can tell that it's about to continue to hurt you. What are you going to do about that?
Is it possible to break the curse?
Does someone want to try that? I need an answer from Althea what he's doing holding the weapon first, and then go from there. John Michael, are you there? You around?
Microphone activated.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting I was muted. So yes, no, I'll hold it for a thing. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to continually do 2d8 poison damage to you until you put it down.
Microphone activated.
Yeah, but you said it's going to be one ding, and then while we have this discussion, and then let's have the discussion what we're doing with it.
Okay, so it'll ding you once, and then who else wants to have this discussion?
Well, can I? What's the name of that spell? One moment, please, because I need to get the name of it. Will remove affliction work on it?
Would remove affliction work on the curse? It might.
Okay, here's a better question. If I did it, is it gonna affect Althea?
Would it affect Althea? Probably not. No. I mean, if Althea was holding it the whole time, it might have a bad impact on her. But
okay, so what do you say, guys? Should I try and undo the curse with remove affliction?
I have the feeling that it might be a bit stronger than what we can do, but I don't know.
First that, and actually giving it to the Summer Fae might be fun now that we know that it will hurt them.
I'm sure they can deal with whatever
John.
problem is. The question is, is Althea okay with carrying it outside?
Microphone activated.
I mean, I can take a few more dings, and then I probably would need some healing. So, but I mean, the question is, do we really want to give this to, this is obviously something of the Winter Court. Do we really want to give it to the Summer Court? Probably not.
to be clear about things, if the group decides, hang on, let me type this out because people are going to open their mic and keep them open for forever, John Michael.
I have a Menagerie in my robe, so we can try to put it in there if Atia is hurt too much.
So let's get the discussion going of what the group kind of wants to do, and then once we have kind of some options on the table / what people are kind of leaning towards, then we can kind of go from there on what you guys want to do next. Well, put it out or carry it out with you. Well, yeah, I mean that would be option 2. That is, put it in a demi-cache, which is make it easier to take out.
Demi-catch sounds reasonable. Isn't it like this is? I mean, Gary called it Baba's cleaver. Like,
Well, if we have a convenient carrying thing that will make it safe, I'd change my vote to 2. I didn't realize we had such a thing.
Also, if we say it's impossible to grab, they're gonna attack us because they made that very clear. They're not gonna wait and ask us why we couldn't grab it, more than likely.
No, he said if he wants you to try to get it to the best of your abilities.
Oh, okay.
Now, granted, some of you guys will know that you could have tried to do more stuff to get it out, so you will have to at least somewhat lie to them in order for that to be the case. Multiple people are voting for, and it's super unhelpful. So, Kenner, is your 4 actually 2? Trying to do something to make the cleaver safer in order to take out of here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, Althea, which 4 is you? Leave it.
Microphone activated.
Yeah, again, this seems like, since it's something of the Winter Court, I'm really not comfortable giving it to the Summer Court.
Okay. So, looks like we've got 1 vote for 3, 1 vote for 2 votes for 2. No, every other changed. So we got 2 votes for 2, 1 vote for leaving it, and 1 vote for trying to make it safer to carry out. So 3 votes for 2.
3 votes for 2. Yeah.
All right. So is the plan to try to make a demi-cache?
I mean, I already have a demi-cache in my clothes, and we could just put it in.
Do you want to try to do that?
I mean, Althea can do that. I just open my pocket and...
Althea, are you going to put it into the demi-cache?
Microphone activated.
No, because Althea doesn't want to give it to the centaurs.
Well, either way, we shouldn't take it.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should be taking it at all.
Why would we leave it with the wild fae? Why does that
They
make
can't
any
touch it.
sense?
They can't touch it.
If they can't, why would the summer fae be able to touch it? We hand it to them and they'll explode.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be requesting it like this if they didn't have a plan.
Yeah, I don't really understand the logic of leaving it in any scenario. Like, if we take it and don't give it to the summer fae, sure, but we don't leave it here with the wild fae. Like,
Microphone activated.
Yeah, I guess I'm comfortable. I guess I'd be comfortable taking it and taking it to the Winter Court.
Okay. That is an option as well. So you'd go to put the weapon into the demi-cache? That's the plan? Yes?
Sure. Yep.
So Kenner opens up a little pocket dimension, and you take the weapon, you go to dip it inside, and you see, Kenner, you can see as it tears through the demi-cache and then falls to the floor on the other side.
Well, that's not nice.
It is now on the ground.
all right then.
And you're not entirely sure why it did that. However, you might be able to do some sort of investigation on it to see possibly why that didn't work.
Sure, knowing its properties and the curse that is put upon it, and knowing the properties of demi-cache, I guess knowing the ritual get me enough knowledge about this, putting all this together, I would try to, make a solution to that.
Okay.
Oh, and that's natural one.
Natural one, I think, is the only way to fail, I think. But that means the Arcana check as a assist on Yizden. Yizden, Kenner is thinking about it like a puzzle, like maybe the magic was wrong. He's thinking of it kind of too much from the magic sense and too much from the sort of technical side of things, that he's sort of missing one of the kind of obvious pieces that you watched when it actually went through. The weapon does kind of move and react to things. The weapon seems to be, in some form or fashion, living.
Okay, I'll tell everyone. I think that weapon right there has some kind of sentient ability.
So basically, it didn't
Yeah,
count as something that can go into the cache.
So we have to kill it first.
Oh,
So, wait,
that means
no,
I can hide
wait.
inside.
Wait, do you count as non-living?
Vampire.
But you are not an item, at least not in our eyes.
I guess.
Isn't there a difference between non-living and undead?
Anyway, just not really
It's
matter.
funny, but so yeah, you can tell that the demi cache idea is not going to work. Not because it's a bad idea. Well, it just doesn't qualify for the demi cache.
Well, someone wants to talk to a sword?
You know what? I'll just use Mage Hand and try to do that with Mage Hand.
Okay. You mage hand it, and then when you try to touch it, the mage hand just sort of dissipates, sliding through it. Like it's attempting to pick it up, and it just doesn't do anything.
And
I'm-
that's stupid.
I mean, the cleaver does not want to be wielded, right?
Doesn't seem like it.
What happens when I kick the handle slightly on the floor?
It moves slightly.
Okay, I'll keep kicking it towards the door.
Okay. You start kicking it towards the door.
Soccer ball this out of here.
I mean, sorry, what did you say, Gary?
You start kicking it towards the door. It kind of bounces along the floor a little bit.
What, don't you want to leave? I say to the sword. And keep kicking it.
Are you going to take it to the door?
Yep.
Okay. You kick it along and kind of soccer ball it along out of the room. And it's now in the hallway. As soon as the weapon leaves the room, you see the image of the weapon shimmer slightly, and then you guys can hear a very meaty thunk as there's now a cleaver in the table under big pile of grain. The goblins think it's the most hilarious thing that has ever existed. All 5 of them are laughing.
Well, at least I got an unanimous response on this one.
Yep.
I guess you're gonna have to remove its shenanigans, or we can't take it. So.
Okay.
I guess maybe it needs to be
then.
wielded to leave, but I doubt it. It might be harmful to you, so I'm not necessarily recommending it, but it's an option.
Okay, do you want to remove affliction? So I want to be clear about this. You know the cast time of remove affliction, correct?
1 hour to cast it, and duration is instantaneous.
Right. So it's going to take you an hour to do this. So if Jean is going, or Ism is going to cast remove affliction, you guys can definitely do so. Does anyone, if that's what you want to do, does anyone want to do anything during the 1 hour of sitting here waiting for him to cast remove affliction?
We've got enough heals and surges to try just carrying it out before the hour is done. It seems easier to do it that way.
I can use a healer too, says Altia.
Who's very bloodied.
I'm up for either or. If you tell me to heal Altia up to full strength and keep her that way, I have 3 heals and 1 extra heal that I can give her.
I mean, we got like forever. We just, if we run out of heals, we just short rest and get them back and go again. Like it's just a matter of surges.
Yep.
But
It's going to eat a lot of surges to do it that way, but it does seem like it's possible.
Microphone activation.
I'm asking for heals so that I don't have to use all my surges too.
What the DM is asking.
I think Gabriella will be best to heal you in short, because mines are a little bit more spread out.
The question that I'm asking as the DM is, there are multiple ways of going about this interaction. One of the ways to go about this is someone brute force picks it up and holds it while other people make sure he does not die from the process. I've said it will be a matter of surges, but that does seem like something that is likely to be able to be done if that is an option you want to take. But I need for the group to say, hey, here's what we're doing. We're either going to continue to investigate it, or the group is going to remove affliction, or the group is going to stay together and just chain heal whoever's holding it. So I, as the DM, am asking the group for a group decision of what you want to do for the next step here.
You know what? Let me try one more thing. Can I try talking to it in all the different languages and see if it reacts to any of them?
You talk to the cleaver, it doesn't seem to react.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so what would it be? Heal, search kill, remove affliction, or hot potato?
I don't think remove affliction is going to do anything on an item.
I don't really either.
And
But-
I also don't think that I think we should just leave it here.
That's boring.
Well, it's making it very difficult for us to carry it, and I'm half dead. Althea's mostly dead, and I don't think any one of you could actually take a hit from this thing.
No, Assyrian could.
He has dark ranks, that sort of thing, though.
So,
Yeah.
use,
I mean, I could second wind before I pick it up, and it'll probably miss me. But
I mean, let's try the second stupid option since I do have an hour apparently.
yeah, I mean, we could Comrade Sucker, and I can get up to 14 surges because that's what I have normally is 14 surges. So I mean, yeah, I could probably carry it out of here, but I don't know. I don't think that's what I want to do. My character thinks that this is a bad idea and we should leave it here, rather than anger the Winter Court and give this thing over to the Summer Fae, or try to leave it here and then we can let them know that it's here and they can deal with it.
Technically, we tried to get it out of here and it didn't work. So as far as we know, getting this cleaver out of this room is impossible. We can just tell them that and
I was
tell them
actually
that
wondering about that.
we tried to get
Yeah.
it out and it's impossible. Sorry.
I
That
mean,
may be very fast.
I still want to try moving the table just for shits and giggles.
So the long story short is, if you take some time doing it, the table, the cloth, even the rats and stuff that are around the table, if the cleaver leaves the room, that entire part of the room resets. From all of the ways that you've been able to kind of tinker with it, it seems to reset. If it's even left alone, like even if you have the cleaver on the ground someplace and then you leave it there for like a few minutes, it'll appear back on the table.
Wait a minute. It's on the table, right?
Yes.
It's a small table, I'm guessing. Not that big.
It's a pretty decent sized table, but you could lift it and carry it, yes. And if you lift it and carry it out of the room, it appears back in the room.
That's
Damn
what
it!
I just asked.
That's what he just did.
Could I check the room if there is any enchantment on the room that actually makes it impossible for
Sure.
it to live?
So this room in particular has a bunch of different enchantments on it. Most of them seem to be things built around keeping everything in the room fresh, around keeping the fires lit. It's got lots of like small enchantments that do different things. One of the big things that it has around it is that the entire room's enchantments seem to all be tied into the cleaver. And you're pretty certain that the room itself is sort of designed to react to whoever's holding the cleaver. Basically, the room was, the cleaver was used as an implement to do a lot of the stuff that's in the room. And so the room's sort of designed to react to whoever's holding the cleaver. And if you take that out of here without someone holding it, without someone kind of willing it, aka without someone wielding it, then it resets parts of the room, including where the cleaver is.
So we know that we can carry it out because if it is wilderness that leaves, it won't be reset. So it would be a lie to say we tried and it was impossible.
Correct. You are now aware that if you're holding it and you leave the room, you're aware that it will, you will be allowed to leave the room with it.
Would it we hold it and leave the room with it, and then stop holding it?
No, you haven't tried that yet. And if you would like to try that, you can. Just keep in mind that, it hurts people who pick it up. So what's the plan, guys?
Give me a second. So you say that the room is bound to the dagger?
Oh, everything in here was bound through. All the enchantments in here were made with the cleaver. Yes.
So is there a way to unbound it?
There could be a way to unbind it. Yeah.
Any idea of how we would go over that?
That would be some sort of check associated with it. I assume it's
So
not a
can
knowledge
I-
check that Asiri wants to do.
Okay, should I do that?
I think so.
Arcana, I guess. Seems like the best choice.
So you think that if you locked off the room with like a magic circle and stopped everything from touching it, that it would likely cut off the stuff from the rest of the room. The bigger problem is that you're not really sure if there is a kind of creative way to then move it, because magic circle is immobile. Like, even if it's on something that moves, it stays in place. So if you move the circle, it breaks. So you can definitely cut off the room from the power of the weapon, but you're not sure how to take the next step. There is another one whose name I never fucking remember.
Does teleporting through a magic circle break it?
No. Also, under most circumstances, you can't teleport through a magic circle. But
Okay.
there is another thing that you could use that would help this situation, that you feel like would also seal away some of the power. But the problem is that it's something that... All right, I'm just going to type it in. So that ritual will also have an effect on the item, and that would cut it away. But again, the problem is always motion. Once you move it a little bit, it's going to cause other problems. You would need to cast Spacious Cell twice in order to get it out of the room. Or if it needed to be wielded for a short amount of time, and then have the shell for the rest of to be taken out of the room.
How feasible is carrying it to the Winter Court as opposed to carrying it outside?
I'd say very much less feasibly so.
I think taking 1,000 damage to carry it out and then fighting through the centaurs sounds like the worst possible option.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that was area.
So I think we can safely say we leave it. We don't want to deal with it, taking it to somewhere else. We are kind of iffy about giving it to the centaurs. And we don't feel like actually taking it, not giving it to the centaurs, and then having to fight them.
I don't see what's the problem with giving it to the centaurs, really.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, we sort of kind of promised, and the Fae politics don't mean anything, so...
We already got confirmation this isn't like treasured artifact of the Winter Court they're hunting for. Like, I I don't know why we would bring it to the Winter
They
Court
didn't
and not
say
just
it
give it to the
wasn't a
Centaurs.
treasured artifact. They said they weren't hunting for it. Very important distinction.
Sure, if they're not hunting for a treasured artifact, then they don't deserve to have it back.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they don't care about it that much. Well, they don't care about it enough to look for it, and it won't. It almost certainly won't have any negative judgment on us from the Winter Court if we give it away. So.
Nobody's actively seeking the cleaver because it's already in someone's possession. It's already a property of Baba Yaga, probably. And
Do we know if Baba
You can
Yaga
actively seek someone else's property.
So question, do we know if Baba Yaga is part of the Winter Court?
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. Yes, you know, and yes, she is.
And what rank do we know that?
Why are Wildfey here?
You don't know what her rank is because it is clear. This is also something that Kenner had known previously that I'm going to continue through from the other adventure. Kenner knew that Baba Yaga was a not fake name,
Alias.
alias. Yeah, thank you. Of some other creature, and it's not really clear what Baba Yaga or who Baba Yaga really is. Because the whole thing with Fae and true names, getting a Fae to say their own name is really, really difficult. So there's a lot of sort of, this is what they're called, and many Fae have many different names. So the previous kind of research on who Baba Yaga was, all they got is that she is somehow very important in the Winter Court. So it's likely a high-ranking member of the Winter Court in some way.
So we would be technically stealing from a high-ranking member of the Winter Court then.
you should also remember that Matt is actively trying to, get a lot of jobs from the Winter Court. So it would also be against his agenda.
I still don't give a fuck. I think we should give it to the Summer Court, but that's because I'm me.
Same.
So, in the interest of making sure that we actually get through the end of the adventure before, the next Ice Age.
But that being said, Althea doesn't want to, so.
Hang on. So
somebody else would have to carry it.
Here's a big thing. So what we're going to do is one last vote, because I'm going to narrow it down just to the two options. So the first option is you take the cleaver and you give it to the Summer Court, or you give it to one of the courts. And the second option is you leave the cleaver here. I need to have some sort of answer here so we can continue moving things forward. The other thing that I will say is that under most circumstances, I do ask for people to sort of go the way that the party goes. However, I'm not going to force Althea to be the one that picks up the cleaver and carries the cleaver. So, Althea, I would say that as far as in order to make sure that we can continue moving along with the story and keep going forward, the majority is going to have to rule at some point. But that doesn't mean the majority can decide that Althea carries the cleaver. So keep that in mind when you guys are voting. Even if Althea is kind of the voice of dissension here, the choice can still be made to take the cleaver with. But that means that Althea is not going to be the one carrying it. So if that informs your decision one way or the other, then so be it.
Fair enough. Oh wait. I would.
Well, that's not the order you said.
Yeah, sorry. I realized that I said it in the different order than what I typed it last time, and I was trying to keep it consistent in typing.
Excellent. We have a two-way tie again.
God.
So yeah, I mean, as DM, I've given you guys choices, given you guys an option. So it's up to you all to make choices.
I'm going to change my vote to 1 because Osiris doesn't really care that much, and he has played a lot without him. I mean, has adventured a lot without him, so he respects her opinion on her own ranking on what she's doing. So fine, whatever, it's 1. Just leave it. Kinder, yeah, you were there.
Wow. All right, so it definitely sounds like the choice is going to be made to leave. to lead the cleaver. So what do you guys want to do from here? You guys are actually pretty in pretty good shape, but I will say that unless someone is going to be very good at convincing the centaurs that that you did everything in your power to get the cleaver out, you're probably going to be walking into a combat on the other end of things. So with that in account, what do you guys want to do going forward?
Short rest to heal up and then go fight some centaurs?
I have to agree with that.
All right.
So I guess I'll throw my heals on Althea so she gets more of the surge efficiency thing. So that's 33 HP for you.
Then I'm gonna throw 2 as well. The 2 surges will be on me. The surges will be on Althea. That's an extra 30 from me too. And I get 11 extra and 2 surges.
All right. So, all right. So you guys are heading out of the hut. Sounds to be the plan.
Yeah, and I think short resting after we throw all of our heals out, because that would be a bad decision otherwise.
Correct. All right. So you get your stuff together and you guys head out. Because of the way that we're going about this, all right, I'll just see if things go horribly awry first, and then I'll worry on other choices here. So, while finding your way to a specific room inside of here seems to be nearly impossible, finding a specific room in here seems to be nearly impossible. However, finding your way out seems to be very simple. When you walk to the walk back down along the hallway that you came in on, it still seems like you're only one room deep into Baba Yaga's hut, and you see the door sealed in front of you, able to be opened without any problem. If anyone but Kenner attempts to open the door, it does not budge. However, Kenner can just open the door and it swings open freely. Outside. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm the master of this house.
Outside of the hut, things look much like they did previously. There is a bit of a light rain going on. It's nowhere near the thunderstorm that it was when you guys first came in here, probably somewhere around like an hour or two ago. And you can see waiting for you on the outside is the Longraid, whose name I do not remember, Juris. She kind of looks you all up and down, notices that you guys have had some issues, sees that you guys have not one but 2 pups with you, and she frowns and looks you over and says, "I see no cleaver in your possession, and you bring back 2 of the pups? You cannot complete one agreement twice and the other one none at all. It is 1-to-1. We trusted you."
We also trusted you when you didn't tell us about stealing anything from the Winter Court.
Or the whole being immovable thing.
Yeah, specifically
Or
the
not leaving the
movable
room
part.
thing. Like,
Or the horrible curse it contained.
So she stamps a foot and then kind of snorts in a slightly horse-like fashion. It is dealings in the Fae. Of course mortals would have some problems with it.
Madam, I almost died. My friend there literally almost died. We couldn't pick that thing up for more than 5 seconds without getting our flesh torn out of us.
So
It's simply not possible for us to bring it here. We tried, and God did we try, but it's not doable.
I guess you're the one making the bluff check.
yeah,
That's a bluff. I mean, it is doable. I mean, I'd really rather you not lie, but whatever, man.
I'm not lying.
Too
From
late,
my
man. Totally
perspective,
lying.
it's
You are
untrue.
lying. What? We were completely
Concealing the
capable of
truth.
doing it, and you lied about that.
Is done.
Yeah, I'm checking my. Oh God, we are so dead.
I don't know how your sheet's arranged, but it should not take you like a couple of minutes to hit a skill check. Is done. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not even look at the DCs. That doesn't work even kind of.
So can I step in here and let me do my masterful diplomacy? All right. Wait. Can't I say anything?
Yeah.
Gary? Okay, so I can say, listen, we might be able to recover it, and we kinda had a plan for it, but we figured that we'd be stealing from the Winter Court, which you didn't told us, and you were going to say, oh, that's fine, we are fake, we act like that. And to that I have to say, well, we are mortals. We did what we thought it was reasonable, and we left it at that, because we are mortals. We have to do things our way. So this is how I see things. We got the giant off, as we promised, and now you're free to restore the balance. You can either do that or not. If you take the offer, I think it's a favor by a favor, and it's fair. If you don't think it is enough, I will teach you a lesson in the afterlife. That is also good enough for me, and the favor can be repaid.
So I don't really know if that added anything to the check other than make her more pissed off. But that's definitely going to be rolling initiative, please.
Hey, it's my character, man.
Oh, I'm not against you doing that.
Do you think I mean, can I show her? I mean, after listening to all these people bumble and stuff, because I really don't want to have another combat. I want to be done.
Well, you know what you could then to avoid that? Carry the cleaver out to her.
I mean,
I was gonna
I'm
say,
going to
yeah.
show her the burns on my hand. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to show her the burns on my. I mean, is this over, Gary? Are we definitely in battle?
I mean, you had one person who basically challenged him to a fight, and another person who had a glorious failure on a bluff check. Like,
okay,
yeah, you're gonna fight him.
Okay.
I didn't challenge them to a fight. I need them to either take their deal or we can fight if they want to. I didn't even skirt around it at all.
Is this wall like an actual wall?
I'll explain the features
Or
in
what's
just one
the deal
second,
here?
guys.
Okay. So I need the traditional what is going on in this map so I can bold things. Download.
Sorry, I'm having to readjust things because this is not normal. Well, it's not the intended map to fight these guys.
Oh, and everyone keep in mind +6 to initiative.
Yeah, I put it there and I rolled a 2.
Same, and I rolled a 4.
Hey, we rolled in the same order. Well, mostly, almost. Well, actually, since Assyrian delayed last time, it is the same order.
We've also got
advantage.
wait, no.
Wait, two people just disappeared like poof.
Yeah, because I was being dumb. All right, so the starting box is the black box on the map. The areas that are underneath the canopies are in the bushes of the trees. So underneath the canopies of the trees have cover against ranged attacks made against them. If you are in a bush, you have also have cover against ranged attacks that are made against you. So if you look in the map, like for example, these squares here are all in the canopy, or under the canopy here, and these squares are all in the bushes. I am on the right layer. I am. The fence on the edge has a bunch of magical things on it, none of which affect you guys right now. But crossing over the fence takes 3 squares of movement, as it is some sort of ward that needs to be containing stuff. Not so much that it's going to actually prevent you from stepping over the fence. The fence is only about it's less than waist high, so it's easy to step across it physically, but there is a barrier there that's making it very difficult to step out of. I think that's most everything. So if you're in the canopy or if you're going through a canopy, you've got covered. But other than that, I think it's pretty much everything. Any questions about the map?
Did we know if the barrier will be a problem if I want to throw a magical lightning bolt through it?
Not tested it yet, but see how it works out.
All right.
Did I put the long braid on? I did. So descriptions, if you guys look at the tokens are actually pretty accurate on what the descriptions look like. The vile thornlings look like small constructs. Look like they're made out of vines and thorns. The archers are centaur archers. The coursers have a sword and a shield. And then the long braid has a staff. And you can see that there is growth wherever she steps. Gabriella, you're up.
Yeah, Ishtar, you can slide on a basic attack here. So, let's hope this works out. Going to buff up and then War Master's Assault. Ishtar, can you start by sliding the long braid one square across like that? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah. You hear?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
can't type and talk at the same time.
Oh, sure.
Because buttons, obviously. Alright, I lost audio somehow. Can't hear anyone, or I lost audio? Or,
Yeah.
No one's saying
I
anything. We're just waiting for you to do stuff.
okay, we're good. Alright, yeah, slide that guy where Ashley wants, and that was my thing.
I'm sorry. What's the?
It's... Oh.
Oh,
Is there not
I
an
see it
acid
there.
over in the chat?
Yeah, it was in the middle of
I
some
guess
stuff.
it's 41 versus reflex because he has, or she has cover from me through the
Yes.
bushes, but
That's against the long braid, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that'll hit. And where you want her to be? Here, there.
Yeah, one to the one up from there. So
Okay.
Wherever.
it was just one straight across like that.
Yeah.
So then I will charge through to here as my attack and whack this archer.
Do you provoke? I assume not.
No.
I assume, but double check. 1 second.
1 second.
So he's going to react to you moving into the square adjacent to him. She's going to move to here and then take a shot towards you. Bird and arrow. So 30 AC, I assume that actually misses.
Yep, but I did not have enough movement left to finish off that charge, so everyone else make a basic attack or a charge plus 6 power bonus to attack and damage.
I think I'll charge the long braid.
Don't you have 9 move?
No, I have 8.
Oh, I thought you had. Okay.
44 damage to long
Right
range
now.
and marked.
Red, correct?
Yeah.
The 22 AC will be on the Thornling that's directly below from me.
I'm trying to see where me is.
I
Oh,
don't
right.
think that hits anything. So
That doesn't hit anything. No.
1.
41 AC for 26 damage. Yep.
Oh, and Kenna wasn't doing it, so that's everything. So then I'll action point, which
So
I don't have the AP, but
when Althea hits, she's going to use Totemic Break. So Syrian and Althea will take 18 points of damage.
And we both take -2 to our attack rolls against her? Or all attack rolls?
Next, so to attack rolls until the end of their next turn, it's a reaction, so it happens afterwards. So the attack that triggers it doesn't get a penalty, but all other attacks do. Sorry, Gabriella, for interrupting turn.
Yep. So yeah, AP, and I'll pure glow like that. So this will be against 4 targets.
I meant to check their defenses, and I
Okay.
Oops.
Oh, that's fine.
He's going to go last because I
Perfect.
failed him. So the 32 versus Will on the long grade is not going to connect. So you've got hit on the archer, hit on both archers, and miss on the other two.
Okay, I will re-roll for the long grade, I think. Yeah, we've got 4 of the stones, and then roll 20 will freeze, so I'll re-roll once I can do things. Oh no, I just have the measurement tool selected. I'm silly. So this... Ah. Well, I tried my hardest. I don't have any other rerolls to use. So that's that. Okay. Just hits the 2 archers, so they'll be vulnerable 10 radiant, and I'm going 2, and my turn.
Okay, Kenner, you go.
Alright, one question. If I really want to miss something, can I close my eyes or anything that I get? I doubt that's...
No, you can't.
Okay.
Do you have dice?
No. Alright, going on. I'm going to use Twist of Space in that space.
Okay.
And one more question. Considering I fought already in this place with this wall around, would I know more or less its effects?
You know the effects that it had previously, but you are also very aware that the summer has taken over the fence effectively, and now the fence does something completely different because it wouldn't allow them in if it was still what it was.
Okay. Alright, moving on. Twist of Space in that place. I get advantage.
guess we'll find out what happens when you go through the wall.
33 and 44 should hit first two.
Yep, that'll both hit.
They are both slots. This one is teleported up to here.
Okay.
One less because I don't think I can get that far.
Okay. And where's the other guy
And
teleported to?
Over to there.
Okay.
15 damage and they are slowed. And then I'm going to action points.
You didn't seem to affect that Thornling at all. I mean, it slowed it, but it didn't seem to do any damage.
Okay. Maybe that's better. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to use Slumber of the Winter card over to there, because I'm already tired of this, and I think they are tired as well.
Okay.
So,
I mean, good job representing your court at least.
So, 32, 45, and 34. Let's go.
32 on the will of the courser will hit. 45 will definitely hit, and 34 in the archer almost possible hits. It does indeed. So 3 hits.
Even without my double rolls, they are all hits. Alright. They are day events. Days and slowed events actually. So they are slowed in both ways. If they fail, they will fall unconscious until they take damage, or until 4 hours pass. They have -4 to the saving throw, and I'm going to use this thing, Amulet of Elegy, to give them another -5, so they have a total of -9.
Okay.
And I'm going to use, let's see, let's go with Blur to gain 2 defenses, and I'm invisible to guys that are 5 or more squares away from me. And returning, and I think I'm done at this moment. Actually, I can move, but I'm going to stay there. That's all.
All right, Thornley, who is over here. I don't want to do it with Thornley. He's slow and he is dazed. I think he can do fuck all. I'm pretty sure he might be close enough to a Syrian. He is close enough to a Syrian. So he throws this little wash of acid in front of him, and you see this little wake, like a slithering serpent of acid, writhe along the ground towards the Syrian. Syrian has cover, so I'll do it on my side. And that's a natural 1.
Yep.
Syrian, you're up.
Alright, so let's enter Battle Fury stance. Let's be invisible. Let's attack her with Passion Pummel.
Okay. Kenner, who was the guy that got the curse eye?
Let's give it to this guy.
Sorry about that, I was forgetting to include the -2 to attacks. So 46 and 35 on AC?
46 to 35. 35, get both hits.
So she will take a total of 87 points of damage? No, sorry, 89 points of damage. I'm bad at math.
She's bloody.
She's dazed. I will action point and rain of blows on her.
1 second.
Okay.
So, bloodied. When she becomes bloody, she uses powers of free action. Which card is that? Oh, it's this one. She doesn't have any penalties on her to attack, right? That's what I can see. Oh, wow, that's a crit. So you see the lower portion of her body flow down. That sort of weird. If you look at the token, there's a marks on the side of her body that look like trees. Flows out of the ground and tries to turn you into foliage, and you become a delicate flower.
Can I get this to get rerolled somehow? I don't think I have that yet.
I should have had a -5 because you were invisible, but yeah. So.
Wait, -5?
Yeah, you're invisible, right? You said you went invisible and you
Yeah.
touched her.
Hey,
So
Gary?
it
Yes.
doesn't confirm, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I could Guardians counter that, and then you could finish your rain of blows and possibly kill her.
I mean, if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that.
I mean, you're gonna do a whole lot more damage than I am.
Up to you, man.
Yep.
By the way, it doesn't say save ends on that. Is
It
that
does
same
not.
as-
Until the end of the creature's next turn.
Okay.
His next turn is coming up, right?
It's your next turn, I think.
Oh.
So you'll
You'll
basically miss
I'll
it.
lose my turn, but you'll possibly kill her. So I don't know. Seems like it's worth it.
Reasonable.
And you're helping right now with damage. Oh wait, your attack is after that, so is Altia gone?
Yeah.
Before she even gets the attack?
Yep. So Althea is now a delicate flower.
I don't get to be a delicate flower, but Altia, you look the most feminine I've ever seen you look.
Microphone activated.
Actually, I get to do my attack still, because right,
You're stunned. You don't get to do your attack. You're a flower.
it's an interrupt.
Right,
But
but
the attack
continue
is
reading the
half.
power.
What?
Read what Guardian's counter says, and then get back to us. Assyrian, continue your
After
turn.
attack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Okay.
So I'm going to continue. Sorry about the
Yes.
thingy. So 39, 42, and 47,
3 hits.
or could have been a little better. Oh well. 111 points of damage.
She is very bloodied.
Is there anything I can add on to that? I don't think so right now, unfortunately. I am done and she is marked by me.
Yep. Archer. Its turn
Will
takes
take
20.
32 damage at starting its turn.
Oh, right, because ongoing assault.
It's 32.
No, why is 32?
2 for ongoing, 10 for pure glow, 20 for 2 vulnerability stacks.
I don't have him marked as having ongoing, but I must have missed that.
Ah, well, he got hit, so. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The other one should be the same, just in case.
Yeah, I'm marking it now.
That one won't be asleep long.
So,
Well, they fall asleep end of their turn, so.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I forgot to use this. Wait, it's not this one, it's this one. Sorry.
so I'm going to rain. So I'm going to do a burst centered on the square here.
Oh no, it's not zero either. Oh.
I'm going to use this. Thicket of arrows. So that is down. So 29 against Isdom.
Miss.
So that should be correct. So 43 AC against Althea, 41 AC against Assyrian.
You're not counting the invisible, right? So that misses.
It's a burst.
It says it makes an RPA against each
Ah,
attack.
so yeah, it would be -5. So 36. So looks like I only hit Althea for some damage. And then she's going to move over here. And I think that is going to be it for her. Yep. Thornling. Well, Althea's got vulnerable, so Althea's going to be the target that's going to be getting hit. So go up to the edge of the zone. For Verdant Arrow, when you make a saving throw against that effect, please let me know. So I think only Althea was hit. So Althea, when you make a save versus your ongoing poison, please let me know. You're gonna move up to there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And I'm gonna shoot over to Althea. I will include in the stuff on my end. 36 versus AC. Which I believe is gonna miss. Correct, Althea? I can assume it does, and carry on. Ishtar, you go.
Okay, so I guess I'm just going to do the bolts thing. Spend my AP or one of them. Initial target is going to. Yeah, I don't care about the sleeping guy. Initial target is going to be this dude, I guess, and then it'll jump to most of the map. Oh, I can't select him as a target. That's not this game.
So,
Actually, sorry, first. I'm going to enter Lightning in the Blood because that seems like a thing to do.
so it looks like you've got
Anyway.
initial target, then 6 targets?
Yeah, 6 other targets, assuming you aren't counting the sleeping guy, I believe is correct.
Okay.
So, does a 36 hit?
36 versus reflex. Does hit. So 41 hits, 48 hits, 39 hits, 40 hits, 38 hits, 38 hits, and 47 hits.
Oh, was that guy a minion? He's vanished.
Those 2 were.
Okay. Alright, I wasn't sure about those guys. And the other guys take. I'll slide this guy 1 forward.
Is the long braid still alive after that?
I'm getting there. Give me a second.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, she is. All right, you wanted the Courser split up one here?
Yeah, I want him off the wall. Does it look like I hurt this back guy at all, or
What that guy?
with it? This far back guy?
You did hurt him,
Did
yes?
the bolt through?
Yes, it did bolt
Okay,
through
I
the
just didn't know if the bolt through the walls. Alright. So then... Oh, I can't quite slide him close enough, can I?
And he is bloody as well.
Oh. That guy's
Like,
close
he's
enough.
now bloody, I should say.
Okay. That doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately. I'm going to Salve of Power to get Fierce Bolts back, and... Well, there's like 3 enemies. Actually, I'm just gonna... Oh, Thunder Summons is only range 10, though, isn't it? And he's too far away. Yeah, I'm just gonna Lightning Daggers the boss with my other standard.
Okay.
$36 versus Reflex.
That'll hit, and that's a dead guy.
Alright.
We told her we could have departed peacefully.
I guess I'll Lightning Daggers. Is there a minion within 10 of me? Oh no, I grabbed my token. I'll just Lightning Daggers the Centaur to my bottom left, actually. Just hit that guy. There you go.
39 will hit 40.
And then I'll toss him a minor action weapon of speed attack too, I guess.
Okay.
That damage is acid, in case he cares.
And you miss.
It doesn't
so
actually slide. It also misses, so actually, yeah. Okay, not gonna bother rerolling that. I guess I'm done.
The archer sees that clearly there is some sort of problem on the field right now, and so she's going to come up, and she is going to create a burst. Looks like here is the best option. Yep. So there. So Ishtar, Kinner, and Yizem. She's going to move over a little bit so she doesn't have crazy things going on with the HUD. So burst, the zone of writhing vines, etc., etc., etc. And now is going to be the ranged attacks. So first one's going to Ishtar, second one's going to Kinner, third one's going to Isdam. Kinner is invisible, correct?
Yes, to her, yes.
All right. So wow, those are bad rolls. 32 AC against Ishtar, 33 AC against Kinner, 40 AC against Isdam.
I didn't
Hit.
realize attacks could miss me.
The archer that's back here starts his turn, takes 32 points of damage, right?
Right.
Gene, Mike. Yeah. So overlapping zones are overlapping. That should give me 3 targets. Oh, that's one. There you go. Ishtar, Isdam, and Althea. Okay, now that's the other side of the coin there. So 41 AC on Ishtar, 42 AC on Isdam, and 43 AC on Althea. And she can't move.
Hit.
What is the? Oh no, that doesn't work. So is this a burst attack for the purposes of swift escape, or no? Since he's making a separate RBA that's hitting me.
No, it's a range basic attack. It's a ranged attack, not a burst.
Cool. I will take 34 damage.
They are all hunter copycats.
And fails and is now unconscious, I believe.
Yes, for 4 hours. And has a save against the ongoing combat.
And does have the curse eye? No, it does not have the curse eye. So no other penalties or saves. And fails the save.
Dang it.
The courser, who is dazed, horrible penalties, and slowed. Make sure I gave this kid. I did give this guy an attack. So he's going to, as a free action, drop his sword, and he's going to throw a net from his back onto Ishtar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ishtar, he has -2 to this.
What, you didn't subscribe to the no attack enemies policy?
Hmm?
He said this guy does in fact have an attack. He's disappointed.
38 versus reflex as he tries to net you.
Yes, that will be successful.
So 15 damage and prone, but you're not grabbed. And he passes out.
Technically, he can still save against the
Actually-
-2, but it doesn't matter.
He can't, can he?
The -2 to saves from the curse eye is save ends.
Right, but he has a total of -1. Oh no, it's to the only the other power, so I guess he could,
Yep.
yeah. So no, he does. This courser is going to move to here, and then he's going to charge through Kinner, Isdam, Althea, and Assyrian.
If he moves adjacent, I will react.
Okay, he is going to move adjacent. So
Right. I will move straight away. I guess. Can I shift through this square?
yeah, you can.
Okay, so I get back there.
Okay, so he's going to continue to move. Isdam, he's moving into your square. He's provoking attack as normal, so you can take an attack against him if you'd like it.
Powerful.
I'm a shaman, not a fighter.
Oh, I was like, I don't have a way to not provoke from Althea, but yeah. So he's going to end here.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to attack him.
Right.
Because he's provoking,
I'm
right?
saying he's going to attempt to end there, but I'm going to do the charge attack on Isdam, and you can go do your attack on me.
Okay. So I'm waiting for you, right?
Please, go ahead. So 30 AC, which I assume this is Isdam.
I mean, this is an always, so it's pretty hard for me to miss, actually. Fine. I still have the -2, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I think I do. 7. Oh my god, and the other thing broke. So 44 on AC. And that
Stops his movement, correct?
33. Yeah, and stops its movement.
Okay. So
And I will use the opportunity to shift here.
okay, he's going to complete the attack on you then.
Actually, I could shift away, but I'm not sure what's the timing on that.
And he misses anyway, so it doesn't matter. What was the damage again? I'm sorry.
13, because he has resist 20, right?
Correct. He's not quite bloodied.
He's marked by me though.
He is that, and he is going to be done with his turn. Isdam, you're up.
All right, then let's start first with. You know, I'm staying where I am. Fuck it. Does starting this zone do anything?
I clicked the zone for that reason.
Creatures who enter a square of the riding binds. Okay. I haven't entered, so I should be fine, right?
So if you move, effectively, you're going to take damage.
Okay, that's perfect. I ain't gonna move. My plan was exactly that, not move. So, first things first, final encounter, I'm guessing. So, let's go all out. Spirit summons. Then let's go with Faces of the Fallen. So, that's 2. Let's free summon 2 Vinnies. 1 there. The centaur is now weakened.
He's not technically, but
Well, true. Let's put this Vinny, if my mouse will work with me, over yonder, just to pull out another one of those. I still have a move. Let's use Healing Spirits. Oh, actually, maybe put like this. That's better. So Healing Spirits. Surge on Althea, the 22 on Osirian, and I'll proc this. So I heal myself for 34. Now, Hateful Bindings. I'm going to use the 15 on my dice from Auspicious Fortune. Oh, wait, that's a minor to do that. I can't do it. Oh, well. So, the dice will roll as they are. 32 versus Reflex.
remind me again who this is on? The archer or the
The
courser?
centaur.
They're all centaurs.
The courser. Sorry.
32 reflex on the courser does connect.
Does or doesn't?
Does, yes, correct.
Okay, 10 damage, and he can get to attack himself, which I think procs Osiris Mark.
That is correct, I think. Correct, Gary?
I don't remember if you challenged or combat challenged.
So he
No,
has
No, you
six,
didn't because it's your turn. I remember that.
so he has
32
six
on
bonus
AC.
to
Doesn't
damage.
connect.
Let's... you know what? Let's reroll that. I'll still reroll that. So that should probably connect for 44.
Yep, and so he will miss himself. He is now bloodied. Syrian, you bloodied him if that matters.
No, it doesn't actually, because I fucked up alternate rewards, so...
And I think I'm done for now. Yeah, I'm gonna be done for now.
Yeah, he somehow manages to hoove himself in the face. We don't know how that works. We don't ask these questions until they is turn though.
Oh,
Okay,
did you
Gary,
add
I
that
have a
plus
question
6
for you.
damage to hit himself? No, you said that he missed, right?
What?
He missed himself, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so Gary, I have a question for you.
Answer.
I'm a petite little flower until the end of my turn, correct?
Yes, you're a delicate flower.
Okay, I'm a delicate flower, sorry. But I have Circlet of Ecorsia, so I can save from being stunned. How does that work?
I think Circlet of Ecosia does not have superior will wording, so that's not going to do anything for you. Like,
No, it actually does.
It does, as far as we know.
Also,
Under the impression it was
Althea,
under-
did you throw a saving throw for...
guys,
the other
stop.
gave you?
Pause. If one of the people who has their mic open is one of the ones that's taking their turn, stop talking and filling the full chat with reverb, because it's impossible to understand anyone if you do that. If you need to say something, type.
Okay, so it does have the same wording as Superior Will?
I don't think so.
It does. I'm reading it right now. You want me to read it to you? When you are dazed or stunned, you can
Ecorsia
make a
does-
saving throw against one of these conditions at the start of your turn.
Right, and it doesn't say the part of superior will that says even if a save would not normally prevent that from happening.
We've always read it this way. When you are
We
dazed,
have-
you can make a saving throw against one of these conditions at the start of your turn. I mean, I
We
guess
definitely
we've always
read
read
that
it that way. But at any rate, I'm a petite little flower, so I guess if you're saying that doesn't help me, then I will save at the end of my turn and be done.
It's not a well. It's a ends at end of turn.
Oh, it just ends, right? And I saved at the beginning of my turn against the ongoing poison.
Okay.
And I guess the vulnerable from acid ends at the end of my turn as well. So my turn's over, and I'm done. Okay. And I guess the -2 to attacks is also done. And I must have missed it. We killed the main.
The long
Turtle,
grade's
right?
dead, yeah.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so I'm done.
It's your turn, Gary, I think.
Oh, sorry. And it might just be that I'm on a lot of pain medications and being a jerk, so apologize. But, yeah, whatever. We'll talk about it after game. Finally, I think we have the amount of movement to get to anything particular.
Just so you know, John saved from poison.
Successfully saved?
Yep.
Okay, then he goes away. Yep. So he is going to. I don't need to He's this guy is ridiculously slow. He is. So he's just gonna move. Oh, double move. Chill in bushes. The other one over here. think going to be able to get close enough. Yeah. So, the squares are slightly off somehow on this one. Oh no, they're just off because the map's slightly off. And is going to shoot at Ishtar. Ishtar, you're prone, correct?
Oh yeah, prone in the bushes.
So 32 AC.
That would miss.
Gabriella, you are up.
Okay, Ishtar, we believe in you and we all love and support you. Then
Alright.
I will move over next to this archer and coup de grace. And I'll blood drinker, so that's going to be 90 damage crit. Which, yeah. Oh wait, I forgot about vulnerability. 100 damage on the dot.
Yeah. Exploding.
Cool, my turn.
Effective turn. Kinner, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move. Let's see. Let's say I move over there. I'm going to once again use 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's number of the winter cards over there.
This is really necessary, Kinner.
I mean, why not?
Kinner, please.
I can. It's the first time I use it twice. If I can, then why not?
It's a natural 1 on the Thorn Link, so that does not connect on the Thorn Link, but it definitely hits the archer.
Yep. So the archer is dazed and slowed, both events, and the Torlink is slowed events. If they both fail, they go unconscious. I will give our moving position the archer, giving it a -3, so he has a minus of 7 total. Then I'm going to use my second movement to go hide in the bushes, because I'm a wizard. And that's all, thanks.
Come out of the bush. Cast. Back in the bush. This Thornling takes his turn being unconscious. Considering you're up.
I think I'm good for no longer being with -2.
Yes, correct.
Then I will recover Rain of Blows.
Actually, I don't think so. Yeah, whatever. So let's say yes.
I mean, whatever, Gary. It's up to you.
No. Yeah, let's go. I don't. I do not remember at all where the long range turn was.
She was after me, but she reacted before my turn.
Because the thing is until end of her next turn.
So it should have been gone for a while then, I think.
Yeah, I think she was on initiative. Wait,
There's the thing.
I forgot.
Their next turn. So yes, you still have it until the end of this turn.
I think no, that was triggered in my War Master's Assault, so it already fell off.
Yeah, it should have
true.
rolled off my last turn.
Yeah, so it fell off at the end of last turn.
Okay. Well, it didn't really matter much, I think. So let's just recover Rain of Blows. I have something for this. What's this called again? Cordial, probably? Yeah. Let's use Rain of Blows. If my macros would work, thank you so very much. Ooh, the first one does 33, 37, 41?
The 33 is not going to connect. But the 37 and the 41 will definitely hit.
Are you adding combat advantage?
I am. Let's heroic effort the first one. So
That'll
that's.
hit.
And do I need to add the damage or is it?
He explodes.
God?
I don't actually think he didn't survive for the third hit.
Well, I have nothing else to attack except Vinny, and I'm not going to attack Vinny, so I'm done. Wait, I have a move action. That guy does nasty things when I try to get close to him. I guess I'll get closer to the other guys. Yep, done.
Alright, my archer, who...
He is now weakened.
He is indeed. He takes ongoing 2, I think.
Yep, no vulnerability anymore.
Let's see. Man, both my curses are out of the fight. That's not fun. He'll shift to here, and then he's weakened, but there's 3 people in a burst, so burst there. And shots going. So Ishtar, Isdom, and Althea. Althea, you have nothing on you at all, right? Like no conditions, no nothing? You're just under the cover of the trees, so I think that's a -2.
Did the
It's not
archer
just
shift
being
back?
Yes, the archer shifted back. 40 AC against Ishtar, 35 against Isdom, and natural 1 against Althea for 14 damage against Ishtar, and for 19 damage against Isdom, and ongoing 15 poison. Ishtar, you're up.
I will take ongoing 15. I will stand up. I will thunder summons the 3 targets above me, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Hang on.
I will do them
1
in
second.
book order because
I'm gonna make sure that I have this
I
correct.
don't care about it. Okay.
I remember the thing that I was failing. So you're the first person who's taken the ongoing damage that I've actually been paying attention. So I'm gonna do this. Keep taking your turn. But these 2 guys are not next to you.
Oh. Does that count as entering a square adjacent to
No.
me? I didn't resist any of the damage, so where are there 2?
Because I'm dumb and doesn't need my own power.
Alright. That being said, this guy can totally try and hit me if he wants, but he's going to explode for doing it, because I have lightning field up. Because I'm going to provoke for making thunder summons.
He'll attack. .37 AC. Okay. You zap
He
him and it
dies
doesn't seem to
before
do
it
anything.
happens. Oh, he just doesn't care?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Doesn't look like it hurt him.
Alright. I'll get whacked for some damage then. Which I'll track after. Uh, 31 versus the archer, 35 and 44 versus the 2 minions.
So that's a shot here, here, and there? Or is it these
No,
these
it's
2
the
and
top
that
3
guy?
guys.
I'm sorry.
Top 3 guys.
So that is going to... So the 31 on the archer, is that, I assume, with combat advantage? Yes?
No, is he granting CA?
He's dazed.
Oh, 34.
It also has cover. Are you including cover?
No.
Okay, so 31 does miss.
32.
And the other 2 guys are
32 total, but yeah.
Why
I
32
guess I'll
total?
reroll. Because I have Nimble Blade.
Oh, nice. Then it'll hit.
Oh, okay. So he can have 52, and teleport over adjacent to the Syrian because that seems reasonable.
Okay.
And then I'll free action lightning daggers this dude beside me.
Okay.
Does he have cover at this range?
Mm-hmm. He does not.
$32 versus reflex.
Reasonably sure that misses, and it does. Yes.
All right. Well, those are all of my actions. Nothing particularly interesting to do with my minor, so he can go, I guess.
So I don't think she has a way to not provoke, which is saddening. So she's going to swing down on Assyrian.
Oh, so
Also,
she...
I fail the saving throw against poison in case it matters.
No, I thought the failed saving throw was when the minions were generated. It's not. It's when you take damage from the ongoing damage. I misremembered the power.
So she's not provoking, right?
She's not provoking. No, she doesn't have a way to provoke. So she's going to melee attack you.
Okay,
You
good.
have concealment. Looks like.
I have concealment, but I also have -2 to AC.
So I don't remember if this attack against AC, but
Oh,
it is.
and I also have combated. I'll put it on my own, and you just roll the attack without worrying about it.
Okay.
That
miss.
misses.
Courser is going to take his turn. He takes his turn for being unconscious. Isdem, you're up.
And the archer has to save.
Yeah, no.
I take 15 damage, so one of the boiling spawn.
She rolled a 0 on her saving throw. Pretty sure that means she's unconscious.
Yes.
Okay. And so yes, you'll get minion, but I don't really think it matters that much. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll shift up because I really need the move for what I'm about to do. So let's put you
Take some
there.
poison damage.
I did.
Several poison damages?
You take
Because there's more zones? I'm not sure.
you take another. No, you don't. You'll only take the damage once from the zone, but you do take the damage. You take 5 points of poison damage.
It's fine. Okay, so I took a move. Let's do a healing spirits. Surge on Ishtar, surgeless on Althea. Actually, I should really move this spear here. That way I can do a little more maybe. So now that that's done, it's too far away, so doing the secondary. Let's go for Blood Red Mist on the archer that's at the bottom. I believe that's a hit.
Yep.
So 18 damage, and he has -2 to all defenses while adjacent to my spirit. And I think it came to a core that it's only one spirit, right?
I'm sorry. What was the question? What's only one spirit?
I think it came to a core that powers like Bloodbrain Mist only apply to the spirit that did the attack, not to both spirits.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm done.
Althea, you're up, sir.
Don't worry, Althea. In my eyes, you're still a beautiful flower.
Microphone activated.
Okay, so there's like nothing left. These guys are just all unconscious, right?
Yeah. There's a single archer down at the bottom left, and I'm probably going to be calling with the end of the encounter or the end of the round. Sorry.
Okay.
Just because the guy at the
Go,
bottom
go.
is here.
Okay. Well, I will. I mean, I guess I'll just Warden's Lure these two minions next to me.
Okay.
So I'll go into form of the Winter's Herald, so I'll add the damage to this.
That's great.
Yeah, so
That-
Boom!
and then the other one,
Yes.
28. Okay, it's next to me, marked. And then I'll substitute my move for Stone's Endurance. So -8 to attack anyone other than me. I resist 15 right now.
That minion is very depressed.
Yeah. Okay.
So the archer down here has like 22 hit points, and everyone else is unconscious or dead. So I feel it's pretty reasonable to go ahead and call the combat here.
That works for me.
I like that Thea just untransformed the flower, just like Roar's explosion of fire draws in 2 minions and everything else is gone. It's like,
You stop being a flower, or you be a flower for just a moment. The world changes all around you.
Wow, I'm surprised that wasn't as deadly as I thought it was gonna be.
So as you guys come out of this, you see the several of the different veils created by the centaur are fading away. Gene, Mike. Several of the veils created by the different centaurs are fading away and kind of evaporating as the ones that had created them are dying. And once you guys step out of the illusion that is directly hiding the hut, you see Bedveer standing there waiting for you. He looks like he's being fairly patient, but you can tell that he is anticipating what might be coming through. And as as you guys slowly step out of the veil, you can see he's happy to see each of you, but then he is especially happy to see I imagine Tensor's floating disc that's holding the Behirs on it. Is that what you're using?
I believe so, yes.
The cat carrier?
Tensor's floating dog kennel.
Yeah. So you see Bedveer come over to it. Excellent work, well done. I heard some commotion coming from over there. I was wondering if maybe you had bitten off more than you could chew. He reaches down, picks up the 2 Behir out of the little container. Good. He takes one of them in his right hand and sort of crunches it like he's destroying a beer can, and then just chucks it into the woods. And then he takes the other one and then he pets it along its back. Yes, excellent. You have done many great deeds, but this one I will very much remember. He smiles very broadly, looking down at you.
He sees a flabbergasted face.
So he takes the thing and he's holding it. He actually lets it rest on his shoulder, but it's still unconscious from being horribly wounded, and smiles down at you. The one that he destroyed was the one that was less strong. So the magically oriented one, not the physically oriented one.
He
did
was
the
retarded.
one.
But wait, did he really destroy it? Just kill it?
Yeah, he just killed it.
Why?
Hence my flabbergasted
So
expression.
you gave him 2, right? So he just
Yeah.
instantly killed one of them and threw it into the woods, and then he kept the other one.
Sure, but I'm going to go. Why kill it? It wasn't a threat to you or even worth killing.
These creatures were raised and bred on purest forms of evil. They were given a diet of cruelty and hatred. It is in their blood, in their bones. I would destroy this one if I did not see the potential for great good within it.
You were the
Fair
chosen
enough.
one, Luke.
Well, I think we all got what we came here for? Question mark. Does this place seem less awful now that we walk back out?
I mean, it's still in the Feywild. You see the veils kind of fading away. The Feywild, it looks kind of like the rest of the Feywild does. It's extraordinarily verdant. The hut and kind of everything around it looks like it's still looks kind of like it did when you first got here. And Bedvere is going to go over towards the edge of the hut, kind of stepping across the barrier now that and once the veil kind of fades away, and he'll look down at the hut. This is a terrible thing to leave like this. So many problems could be caused if this was able to be in the real world. But I can sense the Feywild is finishing to take its hold of this place. Brum, brum, brum. I would imagine you should get out while you still can.
Time to go, I think.
Time to
I
go.
don't want to be stuck in
Yes,
this
we wouldn't want to be
madhouse.
trapped.
So the Bedvere will thank you again for getting the pup for him. He looks forward to showing you the fruits of his labor in the future, whatever that really means. And allows you guys to head off. My story was
I'd actually like to.
Okay.
So
If you
I'd
want
like
to
to ask if I can perhaps come join him for some of his work with the Behirs, learning some stuff about the lightning elemental creatures. Participated in this before and would definitely like to refresh myself in my attempts to start working on my elemental army for Epic.
Yes. I was a little worried when I saw the power within you, little one. Worried you would not return this one to me. He kind of shrugs his shoulder with the Behir on it. But if you are to learn, I will teach.
Happy to hear it. I'm always glad to be a friend of another of the storm. So he pulls the thing off his shoulder, kind of places it down next to you, and says,
The first thing you need to learn is this.
He presses a big finger where you can see just like the tiniest tip of his fingernail is touching against one of the names on the Behir's back.
The dragons have a special name for this one. Do you recognize it?
I do read Draconic, so what's it?
So it's called Heaven's Breath. It's a name, but then because the dragons keep adding extra stuff like the mighty, the powerful, the whatever. This one says the Heaven's Breath. Should I make a history check or something to see if I recognize this? Yeah. And since he's drawing attention, if anyone wants to, they're obviously able to do so if they want. Let me see if that makes her DC.
I'm not going to bother with the other one because
think it
that's
almost
hard
does.
DC for this level.
But it's not based on level. It's based on the level of the creature, though. It's not based on your level. It's based on the level of the thing you're looking at.
Oh, I don't think I can possibly make that. Kinner can, though.
Kinner did.
Yeah, that's impossible for me.
Once he brings your attention to it and shows you the name of the Behir that has the moniker the Heaven's Breath on it, it does actually is something that kind of sparks your interest, but then you're realizing that you're remembering it and you know for a fact that that's not what this thing was. Like, you know that the name of this creature, it was not a Behir. It was actually a draconic construct, something that was forged of old dragon's blood into a living weapon. And it was one of the attendants to Yansi Ben, who is.
So this is Golem's brood?
Yes, with enough power, with enough magic, you could breed even these Behir, or you could breed these Behirs with many, many powerful traits and lineages.
This one here was once a dragon. This one here, a drake. Their anatomy is so interesting. I will teach you many things, brum, brum, brum. Many things about the strength of their blood.
Thank you. I'm eager to learn what I can of these. But I think for now my guildmates are eager to return, so I will see you again.
We'll head back to the guild hall, go from there.
I'm experimenting on Mistral with like dragon names later.
Is Syria alright, or is Liaxis going to try to kill us after the session?
Syria is fine. She says that she noticed the Feywild was starting to get corrupted, and so she was a little worried that something bad would happen. Or noticed that the Feywild was not corrupted. It was the connection was starting to fall apart, and so she was a little worried. But you guys were able to make it out before the connection from the Feywild to the mortal world was severed, or to the prime material plane was severed. So mostly she was just worried by herself. She was really bored. She had not a lot to do on the outside, and hiccups are killing me.
By the way, one final question. Does Skinner or anybody else on our party know why the connection with the Feywild started dissolving when it did?
Now that you know the effect that was going on, basically the half in the Feywild, half not in the Feywild, that particular effect from the other adventure, is one of the effects of Baba Yaga's hut. And since the hut was effectively slain, it was slowly deteriorating. And then the people of Summer were using the basis of that ritual to allow to make sure that this didn't fall completely into the Feywild. And so we're separating this. It wasn't in the prime. It was basically in the Feywild, but the only way to get here was in the prime material plane. And it would mean that it's very difficult, unless you knew this was here, it'd be very difficult to find. Basically, they were obscuring its presence, is what you would be able to find out from from looking at the ritual that was around the hut.
Those poor fools, if only they were more diplomatic.
Indeed. Yes, AL18.
Yeah, it was 18, Gary.
Because this doesn't go anywhere else. Probably was an AL20 party, but nah, aggressive. Fixes things, maybe.
I don't know, I think we maybe skipped a lot of content. I mean, it still took 7 hours, so maybe it's just a really long session anyway.
Yeah.
No, you guys.
I mean,
you guys went through about the amount of content that I was expecting. The only difference was that because I was planning on taking 7 hours, when you guys got to where you were going, I let you flounder a little bit of like, oh, we don't know what to do here, and try to give you the opportunity to kind of play around with the puzzle rather than scooting you through if you guys had kind of gotten stopped before you got to that point. That is EX. That seems like too much EX. That is not EXP. That is gold.
That is way too much EXP.
That is gold,
no
not
way.
EXP. That is gold, not EXP.
Oh, god damn it.
But you didn't gain like 3 levels. No, sorry.
I can drink, can I?
How is getting to epic good?
Why are you dreaming to be epic?
Because I want to reach epic already?
If we all get to epic, then Gary will run epic sessions, right?
Skinner and me.
So
and
that is the
Joe.
correct EXP. So it's still a ton of EXP, but not quite that much.
That's good enough for me.
After that, it almost feels disappointing, but...
That is the wrong EXP. I'm sorry. God, I'm bad at life. It should be 8160.
8160.
Okay. That's even more disappointing, Gary.
I know.
Is it
Just
lowering anymore?
keep going. No, sorry. So 38,025 gold pieces and 8,160 experience. There's not any optional loot for this, and I need to do story rewards. I didn't type them up because I don't know. I spent today moving instead of typing up story reward stuff, and now I'm like in all kinds of pain.
But what are you hurting of? It's your
Oh.
Chronicle thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing as always.
$30,000 EXP for like, you know, one last level.
Oh, and that was the gold. Is that the gold for everybody? I don't remember how you do gold anymore.
The EXP and gold is always the same. So it's just the whole party gets X amount.
Can we also use this gold towards the forging?
Yes.
Thunder 4 is epic.
So I'll get all the stuff put together for you guys. If you don't get it from me before, if you don't get it from me tomorrow, please continuously poke me until I give it to you, because there's like some stuff that I forget for forever, like Gabriella's story award stuff, which I didn't really forget. I talked to Matt for a while, and basically the answer was what I wanted to do was too convoluted and complicated. So I decided not to do it, but I should have said something to you, Ashley, about it afterwards.
Fair enough. Yeah. Forgot to poke you about that, so that's fine.
Does anyone have RNG?
I do have RNG.
I also have RNG.
Microphone activated.
I believe Althea has RNG. Oh,
You went all level 20 without getting, you went all level 20 without getting an item?
No, I got an item everything during level 19. So I didn't lose my RNG.
No, I meant Althea.
yeah, I did. I went all of at level 20 without getting an item.
And you didn't take any optional loot at any point in time?
I don't think I've run in any of your.
Unless you count Yizdom giving him something or whatever that happened.
Yeah, Yizdom
no.
sold me something.
No,
But
I sold him
I'm
something.
not
He
sure. You
didn't
know
get
what?
it.
Okay.
I don't have it written
Yeah.
down, so
But-
I don't care. I don't care.
I cannot.
I'm not trying to.
Althea getting anything.
I'm not saying you didn't. I'm asking because I know you haven't played in a while, and
Right.
because you
I
haven't
don't
played
have
in
it
a while,
written down,
yeah.
So it's reasonable that I might not, that I might have gotten something and forgotten about it too. So I'm just gonna say I don't have RNG. I haven't gotten anything the last few times I've played. I know that for sure. But
I'm not trying to screw you over.
Yeah.
The only piece of that I was trying to make sure was, I know usually you get, when you have optional loot, you take optional loot.
absolutely, every time.
Right. So I was just saying, making sure that you do that counted against it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Kenner definitely gets an item. Kenner gets an item. Althea gets an item. Ishtar gets an item. Assyrian uses his RNG. Isdom.
Those rolls.
Oh shit.
Wow. Everyone gets an item.
Well, Syrian gets it on RNG, which I guess gets an item.
John Michael, could you mute yourself so I can be happier about being Oprah? So, if someone has the loot list up, I would greatly appreciate it. So for Gabriella,
Working on it.
Gabriella gets a +4 item, looks like. Yep. Let's see. Magic item type. Whatever you want, Gabriella, +4.
Oh, nice.
Ism, you get a +5. +5 neck, you get neck 68 +5.
Table's loading, so give it a moment.
Assyrian gets a
medallion.
Assyrian, you get a +5. You get complete choice of +5.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm rich now.
+5 for Ishtar. Choice of type, Ishtar.
What do I want at +5 of type? I don't even know. I guess weapon? I don't really have anything else lined up.
Wow. Okay. So weapon is light blade, right? Or dagger, whatever. Light blade.
Yes.
Do you want light blade dagger or do you want to implement dagger?
Light blade. Next 68 is what we got neckwise, right?
It was Eldritch. I think they already did it.
Eldritch.
So Ishtar, you wanted a implement, right? That was what you wanted for your choice
light
type.
blade.
Yeah. So light blade is light blade 113.
113. Have Vestar dueling?
A +5 would sell. Like that's a ton of money, John. And then Althea. I'm so tired right now. Althea gets a plus. Oh, okay. So both. I haven't done Althea and Kenner yet, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you both got +5s. Althea gets choice of type, and Kenner gets complete choice.
Nice, thanks.
This is the most baller loot roll in the history of the guild.
I mean, we did go to the armory, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Microphone activated.
what do you want, Althea?
Just give me a wondrous item because I don't have everything I have is like I need except I need a better neck, but I need the torque of power preservation. So just I guess a wondrous item or yeah.
The dangers.
Wondrous 2 in +5.
Okay. I'll look it up.
I'm interested to see. I want to know.
All-seeing eye.
All-seeing eye.
It's a furniture. Lovely.
I'm gonna re-roll furniture.
It's not it's furniture. It's a diamond.
This multifaceted diamond is usually placed in the eye of a socket or thing that overlooks a room.
He's right. You can't carry with it.
Oh, you can carry it? Okay. It looks like it might be furniture in the Avengers Ball section, but...
I mean, you can also have it with you.
Okay.
John Michael,
Oh, I see. It is furniture. Oh, so I can carry it with me and see creatures within 20 feet that are 20 squares of me that are invisible, or no?
I mean,
well, it just warns you and provides a description, not like lets you see them. It's clearly a guard item.
Yeah, it doesn't allow you to see it.
I see.
It's furniture.
Okay.
It's
if you're willing to re-roll it, I'm willing to have you re-roll.
Five instead of 2.
5 is an Anstruth harp.
A harp?
That is specifically a bard implement, so...
Oh. Well.
It's literally useless for him.
It is a bard implement.
There's only 9 of these things, and you're gonna... I don't know if you can use any of them.
Oh. Okay, well...
That you can use. Bag of Tricks Vermilion, I know you can use. So,
Wonder 4 at +5 is an instant fortress?
Yeah, Bag of Tricks Vermilion is
The Bag of Vermilion is +6.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if you can use an instant fortress or what using such a thing entails.
Oh. That definitely has a use, so that is something that is now yours.
What is it now?
Okay. An instant fortress.
Oh, this one!
So
Okay. All right.
So if you ever wanted to take a long rest adventure for some reason, you can
Damn.
do it in a dryer.
okay, two things.
DC 20 straight or
I am-
36 strength.
I at the end of all my sessions, I do like to ask for feedback. I don't want to ask for feedback this time, not because I don't care about feedback. I am so out of it that there's no way I'm going to be able to like constructively make notes that I can now fix the things that I need to fix for next time. So if you have stuff that you want to give me as feedback, please send it to me, or talk to me about it tomorrow when I'm not so loopy. Would really appreciate it because I do very much want the feedback. I just know that if I make any notes right now, it's just gonna go out in one ear, not the other, and it's not gonna make any sense. So I'll try to read later. So thank you guys for playing. I hope you guys had fun, even though I know this one needs me to be more on top of my game to be able to for it to be kind of better. So I hope everyone enjoyed the adventure, and I will talk to you guys later.
Oh, just one thing, Gary.
Go ahead.
Okay, thanks for running, Gary.
Don't forget that I'm also waiting for you. Eventually.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was actually honestly planning on doing that tonight, and then my mother-in-law is moving.
I
And-
mean, it's cool, Gary. It's cool.
No, just for this is not for game stuff. If you guys want to leave, go ahead. But I was gonna say, just so you guys know what's going on with me. My mother-in-law is moving, and I was asked to come and help pack things, and like be the person that drives the U-Haul and stuff because I drive bigger trucks for a living, and where they live is it's very narrow down in some parts there because they needed to get it down on JM, you know, where Melwood. There's a storage place on Melwood where you have to turn some pretty tight corners to get around stuff in there. So I thought I was going there to, you know, like put stuff into boxes and then, you know, drive a truck. And what they actually needed help with was moving furniture, which is a totally different thing. And I will do it, but it really fucks up my shoulder. It means that I'm just hating life afterwards. So I'm in just a lot of pain right now. And I've got my muscle relaxer that I've taken. I've got my pain meds that I've taken. So I'm just kind of loopy and out of it, but I really wanted to get this adventure out the door. So I decided, fuck it, I'm going to run anyways. So hope it wasn't too terrible, and I will talk to you guys later.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for
Thanks
running.
Later.
running,
Thanks for running.
Serious.
Bye.
User disconnected from your channel.